ladies and gentlemen, back to SEN Live, Schmoedown Entertainment Network. I'm Kristian Harlow. Thank you for joining us here today on this Wednesday. What a show we have today. The R, the B, the 3. He's in the house. Look at him. Oh, sure. Kate, come in whenever you want. No problem. Right across from me, he is the Bagel Bandit, ladies and gentlemen.
Bagel Bandit.
Bagel Bandit.
Okay.
He is Ben Goddard. What's going on with the music? You're doing a thing. You're doing a thing. And he is Brett Sheridan. He is here. He is ready to go. And Kate Mulligan on time. So it's nice to have everybody. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
Go ahead. Tell them what you want to say.
Are you Matt Saring me?
What you want to say?
See, it didn't feel good, did it?
Oh!
It went right for my larynx.
Oh!
So I was like, see, when
Why
you
would
pinch
you
them.
mess with his larynx? That's worse than his clavicle.
Fucking asshole. Welcome back, Kate. What happened? Traffic in a Burbanks?
Kristian.
Oh, you got lipstick on the teeth. That's good.
Kristian.
You really just got ready, huh?
No.
Oh, what's wrong? You pissed off.
I just feel like
There we go.
when Skybound is taken over, it's going to be better for me.
I think so, too. Nice to see you.
Nice to
Can't
see you.
wait.
How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Another question for you.
Yeah.
So we're doing, I can say this at least, I'm not going to tell you all the matches that we're taping this weekend, but we're taping a big match on Saturday. One of those matches being Bonnie Somerville versus Brett Sheridan.
I just got his wheel slices.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, because the writers said that they sent out to the managers to get wheel slices from the competitors, and I said, Brett, did you pick your wheel slices? He goes, I didn't know we had to do that.
Okay.
And he said, did Kate tell you? He goes, no, she did not.
I did
Is
not.
that
That's
accurate?
true. Yeah, that is
Oh,
all
okay,
accurate.
good.
Yeah. Aren't we just assuming Bonnie's a forfeit?
I'll tell you what, Shannon, who I think right now might be the most active and best manager I've seen so far, to be honest, as far as like everything, questions, and not in an annoying way, in a very kind of detailed, this is what I want from my players, this is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Ask me things at the time that is relevant. And I think she's written Bonnie 5 or 6 times and hasn't heard back yet. And Bonnie, and I said, did you write it back? She's like, I'm in Sundance. I'm like, you've texted me 8 times already from Sundance about other things. You can sit down and write a fucking email.
I talked about it last
Such
night on my
bullshit.
stream. I'm like people say like on dating apps, like, sorry if I'm a bad texter. That's not allowed anymore.
No, I
like,
know.
It's not like this
I can't
foreign
stand,
technology.
I can't stand that excuse. It drives me nuts. And she
Yeah.
does it all the time. She'll be like, "Oh, but I was away." You can, if you're, I guarantee you checked other emails, and I guarantee you texted someone a long text where you say, or at least, "Hey, I'm in Sundance right now. Can't wait to meet up." Seeing it. No fucking comment or anything text at all. It's like, I guess she's been really busy. She's been around for sure.
Yeah.
If you look at her Sundance Instagram, she's having a really good time. But I think you can write somebody back. That's my opinion. What do you think?
Busy is busy, but you can just be like, hey, like you can tell someone
Yeah.
you're busy. This is why I got the Apple Watch, because I'm at work. I can't have my phone on the floor. Be
Right.
like, at work. That's it.
That's
Done.
it. I know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well,
I
anyway.
have a problem, though. I don't ever want to text in front of my kids.
Oh.
I have a whole thing where I just
You don't want them to get a habit?
Well, I just also feel like people now, instead of, they'll have conversations by text.
Yeah.
And you're like, I wasn't up for 15 minutes of this. I'm like with my kids right now.
Right,
Like, I don't want
right.
them to see me like staring at my phone. So a lot of times I will accidentally be a bad texter because I'm like, I'm going to wait till the kids go to bed. I'm going to respond to this.
And you forget.
And then I forget because if I've already opened it, then I don't see that it's. So, I mean,
have
I'm not
kids.
trying to defend myself, but
kids.
I just feel like.
And I have guilt for doing it in front of my kid,
Yeah.
or sometimes going like, "Oh, this is more important." Like one time, I was saying to my kids, I said, "Hey, what's the most important thing in life?" And my son said, "Work." And I go, "No, where
Right,
did you get
right.
that?" You know, he's like, I'm like, "No, family." Like I'm like, "What the fuck have I been doing?" You know,
Yeah.
like, and we put these things like, "Oh, I got to get back to this person," when they're like, "Look
Right.
at me, I'm dancing."
Yeah, I'm
doing
terrible
this,"
at that. I'm
you know?
definitely for sure. Because it broke my heart at one point. I think I was. My Vivian was like, you're always like on your phone, and she's like, just talk to me. And I'm like, I took the phone and threw it across the room, which I taught her to throw things.
Yeah.
It is a nice day here on Wednesday, and there's a lot of great stuff to talk about.
Yes.
One of the things that came in yesterday that we didn't really talk about was this Fast 9 teaser that popped in there, right?
Yeah.
It was
It's
this-
a save the date for the trailer.
it really is.
It really
But a
is.
longer one, not
Yeah.
one of these dopey like
10 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It was almost like a mini scene.
Yeah.
which I'm cool with that. I'm like, if you're gonna do a trailer for the trailer, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
It's not like the little like 3-second thing like coming on the 31st, and just give me the freaking trailer.
Yeah.
This was like a little mini scene. It showed me that Dom is now he's a dad. He's still with Michelle Rodriguez. There's other things, and then something's about to go down. You know,
Yeah,
I was
what
actually
a
wondering-
foreboding thing Michelle
Yeah.
Reed. It's like, for what's coming. I'm like, is this what you tell your kid every night when you tuck him in?
Well, also, I was like, is this the sort of thing that I should know what this like? I haven't watched any of these movies,
Right, pretty
so I'm
much.
like, is this like a plot that I should already know? No, you guys don't know what's coming either.
I'm
No,
guessing
no
it's
idea.
Charlize Theron because
Again,
Charlize
she's back,
Theron
right?
like got away
Okay.
in Fast 8 or Furious.
But they're basically
Fate of the Furious.
she's
God, I hate
cast and
these
she's
titles.
casting it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So she's
Yeah.
probably,
And this teaser, though, it sounds like they're both saying goodbye to their kid because they're both about to die.
Well, I
Yeah.
think they're probably both about to go on their mission.
Yeah.
Is what it is. So because they're not going to take.
He's like, I'm always in your heart.
But yeah, Jordana Brewster's back. I'm excited about that. John Cena basically taking the place of The Rock, and he was great in Bumblebee.
Did you really think that? I thought he was the worst part of Bumblebee. I thought
He had
was,
the best line when everyone was like trusting the Decepticons. He's like, guys, their name is
the
Decepticons.
Absolutely. I thought he was in a different movie.
Yeah.
I thought he was in a way different movie. I love that movie. I just thought he was in a very different film. It seemed like he was in more like an 80 cheese film.
Yeah.
And he felt like he was in a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, I think
then-
like he probably watched the other movies and he
yes.
was like, okay, this is what I got to do.
That's right. He felt like he was in a Michael Bay film. But this but sometimes he's really good. I thought he was great in Blockers.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yes,
know. Yeah.
he was great in Blockers.
Oh, yeah.
That was a funny movie.
And the Fred movie?
Which movie is that?
The Fred movie?
What's the Fred movie?
That YouTube
Oh, was
kid?
he in the Fred movie?
Oh,
John,
my
We're
God.
talking about John
Fred
Cena, right?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know. No, he played
Yes!
Fred's dad that
Let's give
lives
him that
lives
question.
Probably
inside,
true.
or his pretend dad that lives inside his refrigerator. It's his like his imaginary dad that lives in his
John Cena did that?
Yeah.
He plays a really good imaginary friend because you can never see him.
Yeah. Oh.
I appreciate the support, RB3. Thank you. Before Saturday. That was real bad.
That wasn't good. That was almost his John Cryer level.
Now, obviously, like I just wanted to jump in here before
course
we
you
wrap
did.
up Fast and
Yeah,
Furious,
you
because
should.
I'm the biggest Fast and Furious fan
you
in the
really?
entire world. Yes, absolutely.
You gonna put it on the wheel? Who knows?
Is that a category?
I think so.
Okay, all right. I might.
I don't
think-
know if it is.
I might-
Hold on.
What
yeah.
weapon does Vin Diesel pick up when he fights The Rock in Fast 5?
Oh, wrench.
Attaboy.
Pick some wrench.
Thank you.
That's
That's good
what it
stuff.
is. I mean, I
Hey.
Good,
literally
you just took out one of the
a lot of-
questions. That was one of the questions that was actually. I mean, now I got to take it out of the.
I took out the easy one, though. So that's why.
Yeah, easy
I
one.
didn't know
Yeah.
that shit. I would have said a barbell or something.
No. But I've literally watched all the Fast and Furious movies opening day. Cried. I led the campaign at my high school to get the "See You Again" song as like a graduation.
Oh wow.
Oh,
That's a good graduation
you
song.
were,
Yeah,
that was when you were graduating.
God,
Yeah,
I just feel real fucking
that was
old right now.
three. That was 3 years ago. RB3.
5 years ago.
Oh my God.
Tell you something, by the way. Your hair is incredible today.
Thank
It
you.
is.
Thank
It-
you.
I love it when you-
Rocking a natural.
No, it looks
Yes.
great.
Thank you.
It is on point today. So anyway, we have Mark Ellis coming in at around 11 o'clock. That'll be cool. He'll probably be in a little earlier. He's coming on this side of town. But I don't
Whenever
know.
he's done pumping some iron.
That's true. But do you give a shit about these Fast and Furious movies, by the way?
The last time I saw it, my brother had a VHS copy of the first one, and he would rewind, before DVD, he would rewind to scenes and watch this, and he'd play. He was like that with like Bloodsport and things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
He'd keep watching these movies over and over again. So that's the last I've experienced is the Fast and Furious. Is my brother showing me on
Which one?
VHS the first.
Oh, you haven't seen? Oh, do you guys see the fifth one?
No, I
Yeah.
haven't.
Fifth one's a
yeah.
masterpiece.
The fifth one is great.
Fifth one is really, really good.
Fifth one changed the game.
I feel like I realized Fast 8 made another $1 billion and people got to work and Jordana Brewster's coming back, so good for her, but they really should have ended at Fast 7.
No,
Like,
with them making the kind of money that they're still making.
no, that's the thing. Like business wise,
Yeah.
like it makes no sense, but just like they beautifully
it makes
sent
all
out
the
Paul.
sense.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like to not stop
right,
it makes
right,
no
right,
sense.
right.
But like how they sent out Paul Walker, that song RB3 was talking about. Like who knew like a Fast and Furious movie was gonna make you cry, but it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally get why they keep making it. Same with Hobbs and Shaw, because that made a boatload of money too. So.
And I'm sure they're fun. It's just it's not anything that's been under my like to-do list is to watch any of them. It's not There's only like 5 million other things out there to watch.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you're gonna have another one. We'll see the full trailer on the 31st because that drops. Did you get a chance to download that trailer?
I'm still working on it.
Still working on it. All right, we have a trailer we're going to show you guys, hopefully, in a little bit here. But we're going to turn on the Schmoebot. We'll do that. Let's turn the Schmoebot on. So Schmoebot will be on for the whole time. And listen, I heard, I was reading some of the comments and seeing some of the stuff on SEN, and I hear the concerns, and I hear some of the things, I guess, towards the end of the show when we go through the Streamlabs, sometimes it feels a little rushed.
Okay.
Well, because yesterday, Roxy and Winston, and you guys wouldn't shut the hell up, so I had to go through it, but they felt like it was rushed, and they want to make sure that everybody has a chance to talk. So, and some people who are donating at the end of the show, they want to also make sure that there's enough time that gets to it. So I think that what we'll do is we'll just go through it, see if we can get to it, and I agree with what you guys were saying, and that's maybe we'll have to make a companion piece video, if anything else, to answer a lot of these questions that we miss, or even carry them over to the next day, so we don't we don't feel rushed. So I think, and again, that's and the reason why addressing it this way, they're all great comments, and they're all done respectfully. And there was a full post in the SEN Facebook group that had this discussion about that, and that's the type of stuff I always respond to, because it wasn't like, hey, fucking asshole, you do this, and it was, no, it's like, hey, it felt a little rushed, and it feels like the people that are putting in the donations at the end, they're not getting the time that they want, or it seems like Roxy or somebody got cut off in the middle of a fun story because they wanted to get to the next one, and I totally get it. It makes a lot of sense, so we're going to pay attention to that.
How do you feel about...
Don't talk right now, Brett.
Oh. I'm sorry. How do you feel about, somebody was saying about the gunshot thing, that maybe in this climate that having a sniper gun might not be, I mean, maybe it'd be funner with like the pew 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 kind of guy. I don't know. I sometimes I start to feel bad. I'm like, oh, is this
it's I think it's done classy enough to where it's like that's like saying that,
like, we turned it off for Bonnie because she had that incident, and so it's just like, if
and even she wouldn't give a shit on that side of it. But it's like, if it's that's like saying that when in any movie now, that anytime there's a gunshot and then you replace it with pew pew pew. That's
it's just a, one of those, how I am. I get
understand. I get it. I think that it's there's another, if we were talking about it in a way where, oh, look at what Brett's doing now. It's like the way that it's
Brett the murderer, Sheridan.
No. So I don't think that we need to.
So do we not want me to actually be shooting the gun then?
No,
I guess that's the real discussion.
I don't know. I thought when Winston was going like this yesterday, as it was going on, it was hysterical. Yeah. Watch it. Go ahead, RB3. Do it while I'm doing it. Look like an idiot. That's intimidating. Come on, fucking stupid. All right, I do. Let's start out with one of these Streamlabs here to get us going. Streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Ferris Muthana says, "We hungry? Let's get it, Winston." Yeah, Fonzie and Fabio. Don't know what that means, but I guess everybody else.
It's from Too Fast, Too Furious.
There you go.
Yeah.
TJ. Hey, gang, just wanted to send my thanks. I had a blast and many laughs over the last year, so getting to listen to all the news, the stories, and the jokes told here on SEN or Collider Live. Excited for the future of the network. Hoping for an event in SLC. What's that, St. Louis? SLC. What's SLC?
SLC.
I'm hoping
I don't know. I'll look that up.
St. Louis, I think. Maybe not.
Salt Lake City? You go
there it is. There it is. Good job.
The sniper.
Yeah, that's right.
Boom. And your Schmoedown winner.
That's it. You won. You probably will win by a forfeit, though.
I'm just saying, you can't get on me. Like,
do you think she's going to show up for the match?
I do not. I also did not think she was going to show up for the draft, and I was correct.
What's the excuse? Is it an audition on a Saturday?
I'm not saying she doesn't have
recovering from Sundance.
No, I'm not saying she doesn't have legitimate excuses. By the way, it's different. What I'm saying is that this cannot be her priority right now. Like, the rest of her life is.
That's okay, but don't commit to it. That's okay, but don't commit to it. Because she's going to do a show on this network, and I told her, I said, one of the things that is, because the fans love her. They love her. She's getting over with the fans very much so. And she's like, she wants to be more involved in the Schmoedown. I said, yeah, definitely, because if she does that, there's more fans from the Schmoedown that will come to watch her show, because her idea for the show is awesome, and the guests that she has lined up are incredible. And I think that Ben's going to probably most likely engineer it, and then it'll be Bonnie and a guest. Nice. And I'll give let her tell more of the details.
If she doesn't show, so then I just win and it's all good.
No, you won't. We have to find you somebody else.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, buddy.
I'm already shitting myself. I think people think I'm not, like, I'm legit. I don't want to lose.
Right.
I really
that place is gonna go nuts if you win, and because then you play the winner of these two knuckleheads.
Oh my God, I'm done. I mean, no, you're going down.
They're already gonna
Super Mario World Mushroom Kingdom in 2023.
No, I'll go. It'll take me. My daughter gets so pissed because I'm from the East Coast, so we say Mario.
Mario.
Okay. That too. I can't.
My daughter gets so mad at me when I say Mario.
Mario.
She gets pissed. And I was like, "What were you playing, Mario?" She was like, "I told you, Dad, it's Mario. Why you say it like that?" And I go, because it's Mario. We're gonna get a pizza.
Also, but he says in the game, "It's a me, I'm Mario." Like, where are you getting Mario from?
New York. We had a
Excuse
sketch
me?
a buddy of mine wrote where he's just behind.
As someone who
one
took multiple
line.
physics classes
Hold
in
it,
college,
hold it.
watching Fast and Furious movies are challenges to shut that physic brain off and enjoy the fun and characters.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure The Rock could single-handedly keep a helicopter chained up with one arm.
Did you see when they said how it really would have went? I think it was for Fast 6. Which is the one that Ronda Rousey is in? Is that 6?
Yeah, 6.
Oh, at the airport?
Well, not the airport. Like when
Okay.
they were showing because she was fighting Michelle Rodriguez, I think. Right?
Yeah.
So they showed like what would have really
no,
happened.
that was 7.
That was 7, yeah.
So they
7
showed what
seasons,
would have really happened, and then like they have her like lined up with Ronda Rousey, and then Ronda Rousey kicks her, and her whole side of her head like collapses and she falls. And then like when they go out the the building and they go to the next thing, and they said this is what really happened. It just goes right off the thing. And it goes
Well, it's
down.
like because Gina Carano was in Fast 6, and it's like, these women literally do this for a living.
They would kill you.
They would kill you in a second.
Yeah.
Like, they'd beat the crap out of Vin Diesel and The Rock, let alone
I don't
Michelle
know about the
Rodriguez.
Rock, but maybe I don't know about the Rock.
I don't know.
I don't know about the Rock, but Vin Diesel maybe. But the
Well,
Rock,
yeah, The Rock knows how to
the
wrestle,
Rock,
though.
the Rock
Yeah.
knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a big dude.
He's like 6'5". Dude.
Yeah.
And he knows how to fight. It's not just choreographed. Like
Yeah.
he knows how to fight.
I think he's like too big now to where like Ronda Rousey would just like dance around him.
He's not. But he lost a lot of weight when he went from being wrestler to movies because it doesn't transfer. Being that big, you look massive and it looks weird. Like Triple H never transferred over as a movie star. For one, he's not the best of actors, but two, he never lost his bulk and he looked too big. And there's a lot of guys like even Batista. Batista cut a shit ton of weight
But yeah,
because he wanted
that
to look.
dude was big.
He was big. They
What
all-
about Triple H?
Yeah, but they lost. And The Rock, like you look at The Rock when he was in his prime, he was bulkier, and then he cut a lot
I
of
feel
weight.
like it got bigger though, like with like Pain and Gain and
Definitely,
Like,
Yeah,
for
around that
sure.
time.
I
Certain
feel like
movies,
Fast 5 on, like he got
he's still
re-yoked.
big. But I'm
Yeah.
just telling you, as far as when you put him, then when he comes back to like wrestling, he looks smaller compared to some of the other guys. Too.
Yeah.
And I guess yesterday, by the way, when the guys were talking about when he's talking about Drew, he's talking about Drew McIntyre. Was what he was saying. And I just. And to be fair, I've kind of tuned out at WWE over the last couple of months, and I just never saw the guy as a star. To me, he always seemed like someone Hulk Hogan would have beaten in like 1986. He would have been a main event. He would have been there with Hogan, and Hogan would have beaten him in a steel cage or something. It's like that's the problem with a lot of these wrestlers. There's no one that really pops massively, not to the audience that's watching it. They're definitely there's characters that people like for sure, but the overall mainstream audience, there aren't those John Cena's right now. You know.
Hey, now you know.
How you doing?
I agree with your daughter. You are saying it wrong. RB3, can we get it disrespectful? Hashtag drip drip.
Disrespectful.
Christians.
Oh God.
Really nice.
Christian's huge backing.
Nice. Get back in there, will you?
Christian's
Get back in there.
The Mario.
I wanted to hear about your friend.
Oh no, he wrote a sketch where he's just standing in line behind people on their phone. And he's going, "What are you doing? You playing that Mario, brothers? What are you doing? Hey, what are you playing, Mario? You jumping over? You getting some mushrooms? You playing Mario? You doing Mario? Huh? You got that Luigi in there? Yeah, huh? You jumping through the tubes like Mario?
Right.
I love it.
I was like Riley's.
Can you turn the light? The
That
other
one?
Yeah.
You just-
Oh.
yeah, it's doing
Oh, yeah.
stupid things. You might have to turn that one
Bring
to
out
us
the
and turn that one
toolkit.
off.
That was
You
a
bring
good-
out the
Turn it
toolkit.
to it. But Riley had so you like Star Wars, huh? He
Yeah.
did this whole character. You like Star Wars? It's a lot of those, and there was and they actually did the actual sketch on Collider a while back. Someone came up to me, by the way, and as we were walking in New York, and they said, "Now you know," and I didn't really. People really like that silly character because like that's my favorite. I was like, we're gonna go to the. I think you were with us. We're walking over to the club now, you know. Oh, we went all dark now, you know.
there we go.
Me and Brett Sheridan, we used to do it all the time. Saying, "Hi, how you doing now?" You know, Ben don't like the bagel part of one part of it. He liked to be the bagel bandit now. You know.
I do not know this at all.
Me neither.
How are you doing?
Just smile and
now,
wave.
You know, sitting on the bus. Now you know. Now you know. I'm talking to my friends. Now you know. Now you know. Everyone say, "Don't bother me. Bother
What
me.
is this?
Don't bother me. Don't
You
bother
let
bother
When
me.
Arnold there. Why you always
bother
bothering
me?
me about this? Now you know, now you know.
Yeah, people are singing "Now You Know" in the chat. They're writing "Now You Know, now
What
you
is
know."
it, like, what is it based on?
Kristian at CPK used to just go off, and then we just get on Goofy. That's where Shoes and the Beef.
Well,
and
this came from, and I've told this on Collider Live. This came from my friend who we will call Barnaby. He's the guy I told you the story about where he was going into. I guess I can tell on this show because I told it on Collider Live for the audience that didn't know it. He was always the big, like the guy that was always going to cut corners and get things done. He was betting in high school, and then he was when we worked at this movie theater, he took all the carbonated soda boxes from the theater and he put them in his car and sell them to pizzerias, right? And that was just one of the many
hustling.
one of the many things. And this is my
That
favorite.
sounds like some New York shit.
Dude, have you not heard these stories?
No.
You're gonna love this story. This is right up your alley. So, and I'm sorry for those Collider Live people that have heard this before, but I got to tell it. And it's the great Mortal Kombat story. In '95, Mortal Kombat was the game.
Yeah.
So at this theater, which is how the theater was open as long as it was, everybody was ripping off the whole theater.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the people that were selling the concessions would reuse the buckets from to not have the inventory. And it was a complete scam. So Mortal Kombat was the best. It was like the biggest.
Cutest little off-mic giggle just happened.
Yeah, but it was the biggest. It was the biggest video game. So this guy Barnaby, he would come in and he would wriggle the thing and get all the quarters out of the machine.
Yeah.
So and he wouldn't take all of them out, but he'd take a lot. He'd take a lot. But then the guy who came in to collect would be like, "There's something wrong here." Because this is the biggest game.
Yeah.
And you guys
And
are
4 people played
He
it.
said you are consistently like 50% below the average of every other thing. So they're like, all right, well, what should you do? So the guy puts this massive lock on it, right? This massive lock. So Barnaby comes walking in on his shift, and and I'll never forget it. He stops. He just stops, and he's staring at the lock. And we're like, oh, because we were all waiting to see how he's going to react. He doesn't say a word. He walks out the door while he's working, mind you. He walks out the door and walks down the street. And we're like, where is he?
Go buy blowtorch.
Comes back with a box cutter.
No.
Comes back to the hardware store on the corner. He's got full-on cutters.
The lock cutter.
He walks in, he clips the lock, he dumps all the stuff in, he returns the lock, he returns the cutters, and gets his money back for the cutters. Comes back in, we walk in, and the guy, and we hear, what in the world? And the coin guy, it was like, who's doing this? Who's it? And it was like, it was the craziest thing. So that same guy, the reason I bring him up, is that he had this beef with this guy Charles, and in high school, and like him and Charles, and he would say that Charles talks like this now, and he would, and he's like, come on, Charles, what are you doing for me now, they also ultimately became really good friends, but they were they would mess with each other, and there was like this big rivalry, and Charles did one thing to him, and I can't remember what it was, but so Barnaby. In science class, makes like this potion that he thought was just gonna water his eyes, and he blows this thing up in front, and Charles, and he's like, "Oh my God, I almost killed Charles now."
Oh my God.
But yeah, so bolt cutter. Sorry.
Did Barnaby stay at the theater after he?
Oh yeah. Oh, he just hid in the. He would go up and he would say, I'm like, what do you, he'd be working. And I'm like, what are you going to do? And I'm going to go take a nap out in Congo. The Congo with the movie. That was kind of like, he took a 2-hour nap while he was supposed to be working. And then he would wake up and rip the theater off. That's what he would do. I mean, he was a mustache twirling villain.
God.
He legit went to prison, by the way.
I was gonna say, this
Got
story
out
doesn't end
not too long ago.
well.
Yeah.
You still pals with him?
I still,
Stealing quarters is a gateway crime.
I'm telling you, man. Like he is. There could be a movie about him. He is the. I've contemplated having him call in to Collider Live before, but I just.
Can we get a drunk Brett review of Super Mario movie?
Hold on a second.
Hashtag Cast Iron Gang. Hashtag you accusing motherfuckers. Hashtag now you know. Hashtag RB3 is the greatest. Hashtag RIP Mamba. Hashtag RIP GG. The Action Army generals had an in-depth talk last night.
Okay.
It was really important.
What is it?
So we need to settle a debate.
Okay.
How do you and the Schmoebot say the following words? Coupon, crayon, and pillow.
Exactly like
Yeah.
that. Coupon, crayon, and pillow.
You don't say pillow.
No, pillow.
Oh,
because
Pello people.
Pello
are the
people.
worst.
Well, they're also Mario people.
Yeah.
I've
Dickies.
never heard Pello before.
Pello
Pillow.
is like Pellow.
Yeah.
It's a pillow now, you know.
Crayon and what was the other one? People?
Crayon.
There's,
I guess
there's
I
crayon.
Coupon.
People say crayon.
It's going
Crayon.
Crayon.
the
Crayon.
supermarket and saying, "Hey, I
think-
got a coupon now, you know."
Yeah.
People say coupon.
No, I think.
Coupon.
Yeah, people say coupon. Yeah,
And then
but
there's
I say
coupon.
coupon.
And
But
then
I also
I've
think
heard
sometimes
crayon.
I've heard crayon versus crayon.
Crayon.
And
I say
definitely
more crayon.
I definitely say crayon.
Crayon.
All right, so wait a minute. And people wanted Brett to
Oh.
wait.
Oh,
So
yeah.
don't do it yet, Brett. Hold on,
Okay.
I'll tell you when to start.
Let me go drink
You'll-
some beers.
You'll know when. So what's the review you're supposed to do?
Mario.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Oh yeah, we. What movie? They're gonna make
Mario.
a Mario Brothers movie? How did I didn't even see the Sonic one yet. They're making these movies way too fast. So okay, I remember the wrestler guy that put the rubber band in his face. He had a Mario show, and that was the best Mario you could ever be. Lou is what was it? Lou the
Bates.
Lou the Bates. Remember Lou the Bates? And he was with Jimmy the Smits.
I remember that
Yeah, and they had the Mario song, and they was actually from. I don't want to see some knockoff Mario. I want to see Cyndi Lauper's dad and from the Girls Just Want to Have Fun video being Mario.
Thank you so much, Drunk Brett, ladies and gentlemen. Drunk Brett, that was great. And the great David B. for coming up with that wonderful music that I can listen to.
It
All
almost
day.
became New York because I was doing the
It
mail.
was good. Louis, what do we
the
say?
South
Louis who?
lived in.
Louis Lebetz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was it? What was his name? The
don't
one
know.
with the he was a wrestling manager. He
Oh,
had
Lou
the-
Albano.
Lou Albano.
Yeah.
They did. Lou Albano. Did you ever watch that Mario show?
I did not. I did
Oh,
not.
it's
No.
it's fun.
No.
It's,
Okay.
You do say Mario.
no, I always said I say words wrong on purpose just to make.
Okay.
I say subscription instead of prescription so much
Okay.
that I say it wrong all the time. I'm here to pick up my subscription. You know, like yeah. They're like what?
It's like
Oh,
Paschetti.
that really tickles me.
Paschetti,
Or
yeah.
you say, it's prescription, right? Not prescription?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Is
that's it's not a subscription.
It's
to
like
your
Pacific
medicine.
and
But also,
specific.
you
Yeah.
really just pointed something else out. Is that we're also sort of
Butchering the word.
mispronouncing.
Yeah.
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 Come on, say it the
Chris-
right way. Now you know.
Yeah. Now you know.
RB3 loves Charles. You never heard Charles before?
Nah,
Brand
nah,
new,
nah.
huh?
Yeah. I
Welcome
like
to my
criminals.
party now, you know.
My son's gonna kill me
Oh.
if I say, "Are you crafting your mind again?" You know,
Well,
he's
that was the other thing that you would love because there's another one I told on Collider. So if you've never heard it, the same. So that was a bigger character that I had developed for a long time because I just when we did that after watching Barnaby do it, that when I got out here when I was working at Luna Park, right, this where I met Brett and this guy who actually recorded with Tupac, by the way, and he had this studio in his house in Compton. I went out to Compton and just was using his studio,
Nice.
and it was such a great studio. And he's like, "Do whatever you want." So I'm going sitting on the bus. Now you know. And I did this whole thing, and he put like a little beat to it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the night at this club, we were supposed to shut down, like, because it would transfer over the main room in the back. Brett, remember, like downstairs is where we met. We had like the comedy club, and then there was the restaurant itself, and the big room was where all the bands, like Alice in Chains, came in. Like, huge bands would come in all the time.
Yeah.
But what they would do before like the big bands came in is they would have like these parties for people, but they needed to shuffle them out in time. So people were dancing in the room, and there's just all these drunk people, and they're just doing this stupid dance. And I remember, well, we got to get these people out of here. And I go, play the Charles song. So you see them playing, and they're like, sitting in the bus, and we're laughing, waiting for them to leave. And the guy starts going like this. He's dancing. And I go, he's dancing to it. And we played it like 4 or 5 times in a row. So finally,
People started getting moved.
People, I think it's this girl that comes running up. I can't remember if it was a girl or a guy. It was somebody. She comes running up into the room as we're in this booth and goes, "Do you want people to leave?" And all 3 of us go, "Yes!" Now you know.
A bar I go to, like, because people do last call and they'll
Love
just
the
talk.
MSU shirt. My nephew is going there for law school. Go Spartans.
Yeah, people are like, what the hell am I doing with this shirt on? I like the shirt. The shirt itself was given to me by our fans that I see over and over and over again. And their dad teaches over at MSU, and they've given me a bunch of merch there in the past, so I wear it. So there you go. That's it. That's
now
the
you
story.
know.
I wear the shirt now, you know, because it feels good on my body. Now you know.
And she said Spartans. What a dummy.
Spartans now, you know. Spartans the farting.
What about Mountain? Oh, that one drives
Which
me.
one?
Mountain.
I never say
Mountain.
Mountain.
Who's
Magic
going on
Mountain.
the mountain?
Gonna go to Magic Mountain.
Get on the mountain, jump
I
on the
might
mountain,
say
jump on
that.
the mountain.
Oh.
Mountain?
And I said,
Wait, am I saying that?
I said
Mountain.
pillow people are the worst, and my wife's a pillow person. I shouldn't have said that.
I'm telling you, Dickie cannot pronounce Drawer to save his life.
Oh, drawer.
He says draw.
Where's he from?
New Jersey.
Oh,
Drawer?
Draw. He says the draw.
maybe he
I'm
fell
like,
and hurt himself.
He also yesterday he's like, I ran into Jeremy the other day, and I was like, you didn't. You ran into Jeremy. You ran into a guy named Jeremy
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one here because we have a lot of stuff. Again,
Okay, sorry.
the Schmoebot is on. There's news stories to talk about. There's a lot of things, a lot of questions. Streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Get into all your questions. Spending a lot of time with your questions here today, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get to Pornhub. Ben Goddard reminds me of his going.
So I can't wait for May 4th, and I hope Pornhub changes their site.
Pornhub.
Because they did it for April Fool's Day. They changed it to Cornhub, and every single thing was just a piece of corn. It was amazing.
It's really funny. But Pornhub says, Goddard reminds me of Ryan Gosling in Drive. He's this ridiculously good-looking, chill dude that when you push too far, he's going to stomp your face into a pulp in an elevator. I would love to see him walk out in a white satin jacket with a gold scorpion logo for matches.
I have that jacket, actually.
You should wear it.
I'll wear it.
Well, you see, look at that. So that'll
Look
be
at
your
that.
first match
Thank
against.
you so much.
Yeah,
I'm
look at
not
that.
nearly as good looking or talented as Ryan Gosling, but I'll take it.
I just recently watched Drive. My wife said,
Yeah?
"Oh,
That's
you
a
have
great
to see
movie.
Did
this."
you like it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I got to rewatch it.
movie.
I got to rewatch it because the first time I saw it, I definitely didn't. I don't think I appreciated it the way that it was meant to be
Yeah.
appreciated. I was watching it for a different.
It definitely does throw you off, like when you are going to a movie just expecting something.
Yeah.
Like that A24, It Comes at Night. Everyone thought it was going to be a straight up horror movie, and it wasn't.
Right.
I still liked it because I saw it later, but people are like, it's a horror movie, or like with Hereditary or Midsummer. Basically, all of
Haven't seen any one of those
A24.
movies.
gonna say,
Yeah. But yeah, so thank you for those suggestions, Pornhub. Hopefully,
Thank you so
he's-
much, Pornhub.
Noodles just became a patron this morning. Thank you so much.
Hey!
Where do we vote on Schmoedown venues? I'm from the Dallas area. Would love to see you live. Well, you don't have to be a patron to vote on the venues. All you
You're
need
like,
to do is
I'm not a patron anymore.
Right now he's gone. That's the only reason he was a patron. No, you go to the schmoedownlive.com, theschmoedownlive.com, and request a city. There's a tab over there. Tell us where you want to go, and that's how we do the data. Go to the schmoedownlive.com and we check it out over there. But Dallas has been somewhere that a lot of people have been talking about. But I'm telling you, if you guys want to go see us, and even if it's my favorite thing that I hear when we're at these things is that new people who watch SEN Live who had never checked out Schmoedown before
Kristian's
come to
huge
see us.
package here.
Oh, thank you.
I'm from Chicago. What are the odds of having an SEN live show when you guys come down for Schmoedown? Just trolled a fatty gonna light up and watch the show. Hockey 3, you better come down to Chicago with them. Well, light up.
Yeah, that was to you, RB3.
Oh, what'd they
You
say
said you
again?
better come to Chicago and light up at the end.
Oh, I'm always there for it. Yeah.
RB3, you got some great books.
Yeah.
Let's see your books.
Oh yeah. Thank you to Kristian Harloff and whoever sent these.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at that. How to grow marijuana.
I like that. You're
Yeah,
able to
I like
do it
that.
here, see?
Yeah.
Yeah. It has a whole guide and everything. And
It's
then-
not the best one, though. The best one is this one.
the
you're
best
about
one.
to
I love the title of this book. Weedopedia.
I love it. Look at
Look
that.
at that. They got Henry the Fourth or whatever on here. Cannabis, volcanoes. It's
How
everything
bad
need.
do you want to not be working right now and be reading that?
I want to dig into this. This looks
Yeah.
like some serious literature that could
You're gonna love it.
mean something.
Yeah,
Really
read
gonna
that,
love
not movie facts.
Yeah. Definitely don't study. Study that instead.
Well, as far as Chicago goes, I think that's we're not gonna. I don't think we're doing SEN Live for Atlanta, but Chicago and even Boston might be scenarios where we could do it. We have to look into it, but I think Boston and probably not Tampa, but Boston and Chicago to do SEN Live is certainly possible. I got to talk to Ellis about that too because he helps set up the venues the day before.
That club was such a perfect venue for SEN Live. I loved it.
It was great.
The New York
That
Comedy-
was-
It was great.
that was
I actually
fantastic.
posted up on my Twitter when we announced Skybound thing, and the audience reaction was incredible. So
Oh, yeah.
it's on the actual my Twitter right now. Okay, so Noodle. By the way, Noodles. So thank you for joining Patreon. We have a lot of new patrons, especially yesterday because we announced. So we've been working on this documentary. A few years back, we did a documentary on JTE about about just his rise and fall, right? And it was before he won the titles and everything too. And it was in the vein of 30 for 30. Kristian Rubicamba put in a great. He directed it, put it together. RB3 worked on it, and
helped shoot it and
it was
the
great.
music for it too.
That's right, you did, and that's right. You started off the whole beginning where it sounded very ESPN-y and 30. It was great. Yeah. So we took that a step further this time, and we did. There's like a full-on 57-minute documentary about Rocha and his journey for the overall Schmoedown. It is about Rocha for sure and his character and the way that he evolved. It's less mockumentary and a little bit more about.
What's the vibe?
The vibe is more about to show that it's. And I was sitting with the guys at Skybound the other day, and we were talking about like how we're doing pieces to show how this is becoming more of a sport for people. And the opening montage is like Snyder and Levine and Rachel Cushing talking about the evolution of this character and what he did for the overall game and how serious he takes it. But it's also the overall journey of the Schmoedown. Of what it went from for what could be, and because of a guy like Rocha being able to inspire guys like Kalinowski and watching his passion for the game inspire like a Rachel Cushing and things.
Say like the journey of the Schmoedown and Rocha are basically mirrored.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So for this, it's exclusive for patrons for this because we're not doing the what ifs, the exhibitions until March. Okay. So so February, like I think it'll air right around January 31st, February 1st. For $10 patrons, the Rocha doc will come out. And then
January 31st, aka this Friday.
That's right.
2 days from now.
So I watched the cut. I watched the cut of it. So we're hoping to either January 31st, the 1st is when those patrons will get it. Then eventually the $5 patrons, and then eventually the all patrons will get it for sure. And we don't know yet as far as a public release. We promised this to patrons a long time ago. We made this because the patrons and their support, we were able to produce it because of the patrons. So they're getting this, and this is the kind of in the way or in what's the word I'm looking for? Instead of doing the exhibition, in place of, this will be, and it's really good. It's really, really good. And I think Rocha's going to love. I want to get a reaction on Rocha because he's probably going to cry.
And I feel like this would be a good thing to keep behind the paywall, just like even after $1, like, okay, you just got to pay $1 to watch this.
That's all it is. It's after like 2 weeks, it's like it's all patrons. So, and the other thing that we're going to be able to do, and this probably won't happen I want to be honest about it. It probably won't start happening until maybe May or even June. There might be a couple special circumstances, but by May or June, because the most patrons that we get are usually the $10 patrons because they like the live stream. They like to get the exhibition match, and they like to be the first ones to get the live stream when we do them in either wherever it is, right?
Yeah.
And it also, if we do a special throwdown, they get that also. So we're going to make it possible because of this new deal here that we're going to have at least 3 or 4 streaming a month. And we're going to have, if we're at a taping, we can just say, let's stream that match. And it's like, okay, Rocha and Oyama, we're going to stream this match. And then if you're a $10 patron, you're going to get it.
Nice. Oh, dope.
We haven't had the opportunity to do that because we're only shooting 2 days out of the month, not including the live events. But now we hope to shoot a lot more. We have more crew. We have more we have more means to make this thing happen. So, and that way also being able to produce more for the patrons. So that way, if they want to do it, then, the value for it, I believe, already for $10 for what you get for just that live stream alone.
Yeah.
But now you're going to get, okay, so I want to make a live stream for Smets and Kanopik. I want to do a throwdown.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to try to do it this month or February. And then you would get Mara, Kanopik, and Smets, whatever the undercard is, plus Bateman and Merle.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth it value-wise. So,
absolutely.
So we're working on it. Okay. Let us now go to Seth Bayless. Hey guys, I've been a fan since I was 13. Man, now about to turn 21. Campia, Schnepp, and Harloff, and many others have inspired me. Nickname ideas to follow: Ben the Gimmick Mimic, Goddard; Roxy the Clever Stryer; and Brett the Chef, Sheridan. Well, Brett's getting the sniper, and I think we're gonna turn Ben into Ben for the Schmoedown is officially gonna be the bandit.
Yeah.
And so Ben will be the bandit for the Schmoedown.
You sure. Happy, you little baby?
He got you, Dana.
Oh, wow.
He
Guys,
made
let's talk about mental health, you fucking bitch.
you were all by yourself with a big smile on your face, and he took a dump on your face. Now you know.
I'm just so glad I could help people with their depression. You fucking babies.
I will put out, I've never called him Bagel Boy.
Yeah.
I think we can go back.
You just did.
See the tape.
You just
Oh,
did.
shit. I know. I said I didn't call him.
You called him the Bagel Kid.
I said I call him Ben.
No,
The
you
best
don't.
person ever.
So,
God.
so you want me to challenge the audience to see if you've ever said Bagel Boy ever?
Go through. Let's go through the tapes. I don't think I
Yeah,
have.
go through.
Yeah.
You I know you have.
Take some time for Mario.
Yeah, I asked at the draft, who's hungry for bagels?
Can I read your text? That I
Yeah,
wrote?
of course.
'Cause it was really good.
Mark read a text I sent him about shitting publicly at the SEN
this I
Live.
have to read 'cause it really made me laugh. Like I didn't give you enough credit, like to let you know how much it made me laugh. Kate.
Wait, I think it's the one from yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is what I sent Kate. It was really good. I said this is on Tuesday, and I talked to Ben about it. I said, listen, Kate, I think Ben did the bagel thing all wrong yesterday. I can't play with it now on the Schmoedown and on how to change it. She responded, I honestly never cared about anything less. It was so good.
It was like Kristian was trying to engage me in this conversation. I'm like,
Wanted nothing to do with it.
give up.
And I just gave it up.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. It was so
Honestly.
good. It was so good.
I'm feeding a baby right now.
Leave me alone. All right, cool.
I don't care. Now you know. Now you know.
I don't care
Not
about
my
this.
nickname. Now you know.
Seth Bayless, the gimmick mimic Goddard, has a great ring. The outfit could be a striped shirt, like a mime or an old-time thief. The clever because Roxy is fierce, she's ruthless, and she will cut through the competition. Also, notorious for being divisive or split with the audience. I like what you're doing here. Yeah. He also follows up with Brett the Chef Sheridan. It's self-explanatory. The character is riddled with one-liners and fit with the sniper model of comedian. Prepared to be scrambled. I got all the sauce. Get roasted. I will mince you. You're on the chopping block. Now get out of my kitchen. I like it all. The problem is you're expecting Brett to win.
No, he's just gonna read all of those back to back instead of the movie answers.
Right.
I will just give those
Who
as
directed
answers.
Schindler's List? Get out of my kitchen.
Yeah. So good luck to you, Brett.
Did you ever? There was Jay Scotty for real. There was somebody that on Monday said, "I'm still waiting on my Streamlabs to be read from Thursday."
Yeah,
Did
so
you ever get around
I don't
to
know
that?
because the reason why, if we can maybe look, well, you guys don't have access to it, but to look through it because I realized why, because Ben was going through the system a little bit more difficult than how you do it normally, and so that's how I think he missed it. So Jay Scotty for real is who we're missing.
I think I want to say he put in one on Monday saying, "I'm still waiting for my Streamlabs."
Was it
from
Streamlabs or
Thursday."
Super Chat? All right, I'll go. I'll
Streamlabs,
try to go
I think.
through it and look so we can get it. Blake, I've just gotten into the Schmoedown since SEN started, and I recently watched the Damon versus the Scrimshaw match. Damon won by 4 points. But which one? They've played a few times by 4 points. But really, the difference was an iffy question that Damon stole in round 2. Any plans for a rematch? Well, it played 3 different times. They played in a fatal 5-way or fatal 4-way when Whitwer won.
I guess he's talking about the live event because I remember.
Maybe. Was
I
that
know
in
he
Chicago?
stole a question from Joseph when they said, what was the first interaction Ray and Finn had? And
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
He broke up a fight.
Right.
No, she said he broke up a fight, and the correct answer was BB-8 recognizes.
I remember whatever it was.
Rox's nickname should be Misdirection.
Misdirection is really good, actually.
Ooh.
Misdirection is really good. It's them playing again. I don't know. They've played 3 times. He outscored him in the Fatal 5. Whitwer won it.
Yeah.
He beat both Joseph and Ken in a triple threat, and then he beat him one-on-one. So Joseph has to win a few before he plays Damon again. Yeah, because Damon's sitting pretty. But he is playing February 29th in Atlanta.
I'm excited.
I'm very
That's a
excited for that
good
match.
card.
I'm excited for that match alone because I think it can go either way for sure. And then the main event, I go back and forth, man. Even in the main event yesterday, I heard myself saying, that I think that Ben will win. And then I hear myself say, Dan's going to win. I go, yeah, probably it'll happen also. I have no idea which way that's going to go. And Brad Gilmore texted me yesterday, and he sent me a picture of The Rock when he fought Hulk Hogan. He goes, this is how I feel with this match right now.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like you have old school, new school, you know, the new champion versus like the old school champ. And it's Atlanta, and its ticket sales yesterday, once we announced that it spiked because everybody wants to see Bateman versus. They're going to go quick, guys. So if you want to go see Bateman versus Merle, you should really go and check that out. You should get tickets to Schmoedownlive.com in Atlanta. So
I think if it was a studioed match, it'd be a toss-up. I think Dan's going to take it. Yeah, like the fact that he's never lost a live event. I know.
And this is why, by the way, people say, why are you spoiling New York? I have an event I have to promote in a month. I gotta let people know in a month what they're going to see. So it's a month from now. So and the tickets have been on sale. That's why I've been encouraging people to either not either try to watch it or try to. And that's why we're also trying to give the best options for people and give more people that they want to have incentive to watch the live streams.
So it's not because you hate your fans.
No, I hate you.
Like a business thing.
Yes,
this
the business
like a business thing.
Yeah. So thank you, Blake. HV3, love the Schmoedown. I love the new era. Instead of taking away JTE rules for competitor swearing, what about a swear jar at the end of the year? Donate it to charity. Oh. It's not a bad idea either. We're not doing the JTE rule thing anymore, but we are going to. There's still going to be very stern warnings, especially at live events. And Bibiani didn't realize that the microphones were on. He cursed twice. Wow. And he was in the thick of it. He came up to me and he was very apologetic about it. And he didn't realize that the mics were able to capture him. And I get it. When you're in the moment, and I've done it. I've done it after I've told people not to do it.
When I think of the Bandit, I imagine Burt Reynolds. Ben should come out in a red satin jacket, cowboy hat, and a cheesy 70s mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Jerry Reed for opening music, too. Yes, I'm old. Be nice to me.
Eastbound and down, brother.
I'm down for
Try all
anything,
of it.
honestly.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. But
I'll change between rounds.
But anyway, so we are going to be on it. And even I was talking to Shannon yesterday. She's like, bear with me. She's like, I'm a military kid. I'm just kind of used to it, but I'm paying attention to it. And the reason why, for people who are like, why are we so paying attention to it? Kate, you saw it. Those little girls that come to the show, the little boys that come to the show, like they're there. And I don't want to. And sure, some people are like, wow, kids they hear language like that all the time, but I don't need it to happen on my watch. Yeah. So, and my daughter watches it, and I don't want her. Like, she was so excited to see the promos and listen to everything too. And I was like, is there any curses? And I don't want to think about that anymore. I just want them to know that this is friendly for kids also, because there was something that a guy tweeted me not so long ago. He said, because of the new rule of there's no cursing, I'm getting my 7-year-old involved in it now. And he's watching. So like it's a thing that I want kids to be able to. One of the reasons, and again, this is another thing when I was talking to Sky about it the other day, I said my goal is to have, like, I want kids when they're sitting down, like kids that just love movies in general, right? But when they're going, like I asked my daughter yesterday, I said, who directed Jaws? She's never seen it. She goes, Steven Spielberg, right? She knows, right? I want the kids when they're paying attention, oh, there's the director's name. Yeah. And there's this. Like they know a little bit more about it too. And like that's kind of the thing that I hope that more and more kids pick up, because eventually I'd love to do a kids Schmoedown. I think that could be fun too.
And I mean, like, even with big like video game streamers, like they've made like kid-friendly sections and their audiences have grown like exponentially, and that's more money.
Yeah, and someone's wrote, it's a PG era. Certainly not, because we're still.
Definitely not in this fucking show.
Yeah, I know, but PG. But I think it's definitely a PG-13 for sure. Yeah, because you look at someone like Guy, and it's still, and even the stuff that we did with Roxy last year, there's still an edge to it. I don't mind having an edge. I don't think we just necessarily need to have like cursing and stuff.
Pirates of the Caribbean's rated PG-13.
That's right.
Yeah.
But hardcore fucking.
Definitely that.
That's right. Goddard's Burner. Triple B's Triple B.
My favorite name.
Triple B is pretty good. Triple B's blow up yesterday showed how great of a heel you have the potential to be in the Schmoedown. Let it fuel you up, Triple B. I think so too, for sure. Yeah. Especially
with Winston's going to be talking the most shit to me.
Well,
on
Grace
Saturday.
though too. Grace is going to be something in your ear too. Eva, hey Kristian and crew.
Do we have confirmed that she's there?
She will be there. Yeah,
okay.
She wrote me. At least she said she would. Eva, hey Kristian and crew. Yesterday I turned into SEN Live, and the New York Live event was spoiled. Could you clarify what the spoiler rules are? No shade. I was just bummed. I'm a dollar patron. I can just afford to buy the biggest. I can just afford to buy the biggest events like Spectacular. Fair question. Okay, so we're treating it like a sport this year. So basically, after the 24 hours are over, 24 hours in the Facebook group because that's an exclusive. I'm not going to ask fans and people on Twitter and all these other things to not talk about it. And I'm not going to ask competitors to do that because they're excited and they want to talk about it. The problem was when we asked them to, like Roca, if we say to Roca, okay, wait like 3 or 4 days, either he spoiled it by accident or the excitement it's not there the way that it is right when it happens. But I think that it's fair inside of a Facebook group that is there exclusively for just that to wait 24 hours, right? Now, on this show, what we can try to do on the next day is warn you and let you know, like, okay, look, before we get into this, we're just going to have a spoiler-heavy conversation about things that happen. If you haven't check back in a little bit. Yeah. But I don't want to have handcuffs on us so where we can't talk about it anymore because, like I said, I need to promote an event that's happening in a month. I need for people to get excited about this match. This is the biggest championship match I think we've done since Roca and Merle back in February. This is the biggest one. Yeah. And people need to hear about it. So
we got to make like a spoiler graphic or something like while we're talking about it to be on screen.
I think
or
so too.
Kate screaming like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good too.
Just to give you a good warning of what
I do like Woo-hoo. All right, let's see. Now we have so Just B wrote in a super chat and he said the Triple B nickname will result in a lawsuit from LeVar Ball. Is that LeVar Ball?
Big Baller brand.
Oh,
but
okay.
they're also bankrupt, so fuck that guy.
Oh, okay.
Not LeVar Ball, by the way. The uncle who ripped them off.
Oh,
okay.
I gotta make sure I come to the defensive.
Is that what
You want to come to defense of LeVar Ball of all people?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Yeah,
we saw
We
LeVar.
started at the beginning. I know we saw him in
LeVar
wrestling.
Ball. Yeah,
is
that's
that
a
the
great
one
day.
that Keenan Thompson does all the time on?
Yeah.
Eva put that one in there. Christy McGee. I want to
Christy.
thank you. Like Christy, I want to
I
thank
love
you all for a great weekend in New York. The community that you've built around you is just absolutely phenomenal. And Kate is an absolute goddess. Look at that.
She's the one that showed up to the stand-up show and to SEN Live with a shirt that she had made, a red shirt that said, "I can't wait to sing
I saw
periods
that.
with Kate."
I saw that.
my
It was
God,
really
that's
good.
amazing.
My brother tell you how much he loved that line?
Yes.
Well, my brother
Yeah.
loved that line. He said he was laughing.
Your brother and I are in love. So there you have it. No, but also then Billy Belford was there with the sign that said, "I'd fall into that Sarlacc pit."
Oh wow!
Yeah. Good.
Come on,
Billy
Billy.
Belford. It
All
was,
right.
it was a
Fair-
great night, guys.
Fairs Muthana. Hey, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great day. Hey, Ben, your Twitch stream was dope. I finally got to watch it, and thank you for chatting about Fast and Furious with me for a bit because it was my favorite franchise. And Brett, you the homie. And RB3, stay swag.
Thanks, Ferris. Thank you so much, man.
That was very nice.
Okay.
And
So,
Kate, go to hell.
I didn't get it.
No.
Suge Knight. 3, 2, 3.
Hey, Richard.
Yeah. Kate does this to me all the time. I message her to yell at her about magic, and I get no response. So I think I won the argument. But then she calls me out on the show.
Yep.
Anyway, what's up to my boys, RB3,
I
Brett,
don't know.
Ben, and Kristian? Love
Why
all
did
you
you
guys.
message me, Richard?
I don't know. Way to blow up the guy's spot.
Richard, yeah.
Yeah.
I already told everybody his name's Richard Eric. Everybody knows that
Oh, okay.
from his Twitter. It says on Twitter.
Oh, yeah? What does it say?
It says Richard Eric.
Ken McDowell.
Hey,
Kristian, did you see yesterday afternoon that they've announced that February 24, Lucasfilm is going to give us details on Project Luminous? Tell me about this. What is this?
I was listening to it a little bit. I still don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like another movie coming up. I've heard a lot of Project Luminous, but I don't even think a lot of details about itself has been released. I'm looking on Wikipedia right now.
As George Bush would say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me again, you can't do it again.
No, fool me twice. Shame. Shame.
don't get fooled again.
Can't get fooled again.
Yeah, right, whatever it is. But
Look it up on
Project
Wikipedia.
but they've done this. They've done this before. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna do a big announcement, and then you just don't hear about it. It's
Yeah,
like,
the Project Luminous is an upcoming project being worked on by
Okay.
a bunch of people, which spans both comics and books to
Oh,
tell
that's
one
cool.
cohesive story. It is
Oh,
set
I
to be
love it.
released in 2020. Details about the
oh,
project.
that will definitely come out then.
Yeah.
Okay, that side.
yeah, February 24th. So that looks cool.
Okay, cool. I'm excited about it. Yeah, I haven't heard too much about it, but I'm excited to hear about it and see what it is.
That's
You think
ill-advised.
it's ill-advised, RB?
Oh no, I literally this whole day I've been trying to mess with my
around
phone.
with it. Did you get the trailer going?
Yeah, I did got it.
You think it'll work?
Yeah, I have it ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I want to show you guys, for those people who were not at the live event and didn't see, because sometimes when you see these trailers pop up for the Schmoedown, none of you fuckers click on it. So one of the things I wanted to show you, because Nerd Chronic really put in some work here.
God.
For those people who have never seen a Schmoedown before, and for those 30,000 or 40,000 people who are going to watch this back later, I want you to get a look at this, and I want you to see what we're doing this year on the Schmoedown. Hit it, RB3. Hear us.
Next season, it all changes. It's an entire different...
All right, go back for a second. Again, tell me if you get the audio on it. Just play the audio first, and if we hear it. All right, so that was a bust.
Sorry about that.
That's
My
all
bad,
right.
my
We'll
bad.
come back to it. One RB3.
No, he's saying sorry. I'm
No,
saying
it's okay.
No,
It
yeah.
happens.
Thank you.
It happens. Just let us know when if you get the audio on. I know sometimes it's that button over there.
Yeah, I see. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm
tell me. Let me know.
shocked you know what he's talking about because that button pointing at
He knew what I
a
was talking about.
barrage of buttons.
Pointing at the wrong button. All right, so Ken McDowell.
Her husband's been pointing at the wrong button for a while.
That's true. That's true. Haunted.
dare you.
Haunted. Jimmy Fallon's tribute to Kobe made me sob. He ended it with Kobe. When we meet you again, we're going on another beer run, and I broke down. I know this is a sad question, but any other celeb deaths that hit you more than you expected? Hands down, Robin Williams. That one made me. That one was weird. The Robin Williams one. I felt like it was part of my family, and I've only met him once in my life. But it was that one messed me up. Even it was weird. Even recently, I watched a documentary.
They could hear it. But it
They
says
could
in
hear
the
it?
chat that they could hear it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
okay.
So maybe if you just want to play it, and we won't hear it.
Okay.
Oh, it was working. All right, so let's do it again, RB3.
I know I wasn't stupid.
No, you weren't. Just maybe, you know what? Maybe mute our mics.
All right, for
Yeah.
sure.
And let's see. Let us guys. We're gonna mute our mics again. So we're gonna let you try to play. We're gonna play this
Do you
trailer.
want to answer this and then answer this question for the super chat? real
Yeah.
quick?
We'll do this. We'll answer this question about the celebrities, and then what we'll do is RB3 will play the trailer. And if we turn the mics off for some reason, just let us know if you're hearing it and stuff. But we will show you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Ben, for letting us know. But
Thank you.
yeah, Robin Williams was the one that got me. You?
Yeah, this one I have to say, because there was kids involved in this one. This was the one that I think got me the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because it's so rare that it happens with a child. I can't think of any other celebrity.
And you
that
were
died.
terrified that was going to happen too.
I
Yeah.
said to you,
Yeah.
one of his kids were around with him. I figured it was the whole family, but
Yeah.
thank God it wasn't.
Brett, any celebrity passings that hit you really, really bad? I said Robin Williams, and she had said this one.
I mean, shoot. I mean, Kurt Cobain was huge for me. I mean,
Yeah.
I was a huge, one when I was a youngster. And then, of course, Chris Farley and, oh, Jesus, I forgot his name. This is bad.
What was he in?
God, he got shot by his wife.
Oh, Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman.
Yes,
I lived
yes.
blocks from there. I mean, I heard the helicopters.
Phil
I
Hartman
was,
one
and
is
that,
horrible.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty rough.
RB3.
Yeah, like I said, Kobe was definitely the hardest for me, and then Nipsey Hussle was a close second.
Yeah.
And Robin Williams was up there too.
Ben?
Chester Bennington, the lead singer of Linkin Park.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Was,
Yeah.
Like their music evolved with me because they could have done the same. They could have done the Nickelback route where they just made the same music over and over and sold millions of records. They really tried to evolve and do new stuff all the time, and his lyrics really spoke to me, and his voice evolved. He got a better singer and a screamer, and that was it was so out of nowhere, just like this. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
And that was after Cornell. Was he?
That was after Cornell.
and he was kind of upset about that.
Yeah,
too. That was
he
a big
came out
factor
during
in
the tribute, and
Yeah.
he was talking about it. It was it was tough.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Speaking real quick before we play this, I know it's a Mental Health Awareness Day, so if you guys hashtag Bell Let's Talk on anything, tweets, Instagram, they'll donate 5 cents to mental health. I don't know the exact charity. I'm sorry, but I've been seeing that trending. I just wanted to give that a shout out.
Thank you for doing that for sure. And thank you for you guys for letting us know that the audio was working. And again, I'll look in the trailer. In the chats here. And if you don't hear anything or our mics being muted mutes the audio, let us know because we're still trying to figure out some of these the hiccups. So this is a trailer that Nerd Chronic Eric Rodriguez cut for the Schmoedown opener, and it was just really well done. I think it chronicles the entire season coming up to let you guys know what's going down. So if you're on the fence about watching Schmoedown, if you didn't know, or even if you didn't get a chance to see it, I think you're going to enjoy it. All right, RB3, let's try it again.
Next season, it all changes. It's an entire different landscape in the movie trivia Schmoedown.
We are coming with the fire.
Lightning strikes and then you're gonna know my name.
We are Shazam.
I'm here to claim my title now. I'm here, the king that wears the crown. You better back down.
You're gonna see the greatest ascension in the history of the Schmoedown.
I'm the greatest of all time.
all on notice. You saw what I did with one hand tied behind my back. Not anymore. I'm coming after everybody. You got it.
We are going to make the Schmoedown see things they've never seen before.
The desire to raise some hell, because hell deserves to be raised in the Schmoedown.
Here we go.
You should know my name. Do you know my name? You're gonna know my name. Yeah, you're gonna know my name.
Let's see how this shakes out, kids.
I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest of all. I'm the greatest of all. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest of all. I'm the greatest of all.
All right, so that was it. And again, big shout out to Eric Nerd Chronic for that. It's really, really good, everybody. So once again, if that was your first time ever seeing anything or knowing about the Schmoedown, please check us out this season, because this is we want all your support. We really want you guys to learn about it for the first time and say, well, what the hell is this thing, and get on board, because it's because of this community and everything. The reason why we're able to do more and more and more this season, it's all because of you guys. It was an amazing trailer, and there's so much more to come. And there's so many different trailers for the stories and the matches that are coming up. And again, if you want to join Patreon, you go to patreon.com/Schmoedown, and we will have so many more opportunities this year to shoot more matches and more things for you guys. So join on over today. All right, now getting back over, do you let me know when you're good over there, pal?
Almost ready.
All right, Mark Ellis is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Fires Muthon, and put the Schmobot back on there. All right, so let's see. Fairs Muthana. Kate, you dope too. Didn't want to forget.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't guilt you into that one.
Yeah. Hey, Kristian, I finally finished Heat. That movie is something. As I was watching, I got this feeling when you watch a classic that you realize this is why the movies are classics. So my question was, what movie was that for you? Like, what movie did you watch that you'd never seen before that you're like, oh, okay, that's why this movie is. Everyone loves this movie.
That's tough. I finally fully watched, because I'd seen like parts of it very heavily edited in High School Schindler's List. I finally watched it, and damn, like, that's such a perfect mixture of like, and Steven Spielberg talked about it, of like making this movie, but you still have to make a movie. You still have to make it entertaining, but like making the Holocaust entertaining is like it's terrible. But that's such a good movie, but like it's almost
tough watch.
It's a really good movie, but you kind of never want to see it again.
I know, it's a tough watch. It is. I mean, for everything from the way that it is filmed, from the performances, the impact. That really is a brilliant movie. For me, I think it's Raging Bull. And Raging Bull to me was a movie.
I saw that this year too.
Beautiful.
Last year.
I mean, I had seen it. I definitely saw. I mean, I think I saw it when I was like 13, 14. But I heard so many people talking about it, and I was a big boxing fan, and I'd known about Sugar Ray Robinson and Jake LaMotta, and that they'd fought 6 times and all that. But I wanted to see it, and I wanted to hear it, and I think I'd seen Goodfellas, and that's Scorsese also, and then I watched it, and I was just kind of blown away.
It was Silence of the Lambs for me, I think, where I just remember hearing people talk, and I was like, wow, it's a scary movie. And
I feel like you could do a Jodie Foster impression if you worked on it.
Jodie Foster, yeah, I probably could.
Yeah, 100%.
That's good. That's good.
Absolutely.
I can do anybody.
What
that
Will you
doesn't
turn
make
that
me
mirror on your
laugh.
shelf, Dr. Lecter?
Can you do it with me, Naina? How you doing, doctor? It's nice to see you, Clarice. Can you let me out of my cell, Naina?
What did Mig say to you, Clarice?
Oh no, it's gonna eat me, Naina!
We used to do that one. Sure. He said he could smell mine.
Oh yeah,
That was the one we quoted a lot,
Yeah.
because we are dirty boys.
I just remember that was such a different take on a horror film, because like that's one that's like you're sort of like, that's possible. There's
Yeah.
a guy out there.
Well, and it is
that, like,
based on. I mean,
Yeah, I
there's all those guys that did
Amalgamation.
those kind of things.
You got one
Holy
RB3?
shit, I love
hold on.
that video. Best part is Tom followed by Paul Preston.
Thank you.
Watch out, Farting Fathers.
Farting
The Den is
Fathers.
gonna take those belts. Love you, Mama Lion. Ben kick Airbay 3 to the dirt.
That's
And
right.
if Airbay 3 thinks he can handle the Den, then wow, that's disrespectful.
Now that's disrespectful.
You got any words to your to this the bagel bandit over here?
I don't like talking trash about competitors because if I end up losing, I'm gonna look stupid, right? But, I mean, that being said, I mean, listen, Ben, you're my guy. You know what I mean? I love you. I respect you. But this is not a game for me anymore. You know what I mean? I have
You
to
wanna
prove
win.
myself. I gotta step up.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get in the way of that. I gotta knock you out. I gotta knock Brett, Bonnie, whoever I gotta play out. I gotta be the king of SEN because this is the home court advantage.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. How about you?
Which is mine.
I mean, he can click his buttons over there. He can, do his podcast that he plugs every single day.
Oh,
But
coming in hot.
when the bright lights come on, it's gonna be a game, and that's all that matters. Gonna settle on the court.
You got
Okay.
so do you who do you so in your two fights that you got between Bonnie
3 fights.
no but between the SEN battle.
Oh, okay.
Bonnie representing corruption, and then you have Brett representing the Den. You got Ben representing the Den, and
Yeah.
then RB3 representing Swag.
Yeah.
Who you got?
You should probably pick one of us.
No, but I'm
That's what I
saying,
say, like,
who you got? What kind of match do you think it's going to be? Obviously, you're going to take your guys, but what do you think? Do you think that it's going to be a tough fight with? Because let's call it what it is. Brett doesn't know a lot about.
I couldn't
moves.
remember Phil Hartman's name just earlier.
Right.
Just to give you an
Well,
idea.
let's not put the Phil Hartman slice on the wheel.
So if Bonnie shows up, because I know
Yes.
you're hoping that she doesn't, but if she shows up, do you think that it's going to be a close match?
I don't. No.
No. You think Bonnie's going to win?
No, I'm not saying that.
okay.
I'm saying I don't think it's gonna be a close match.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So either way.
I think Goddard and RB3 is gonna be close.
That's going to be a good one. I mean, not as good as mine, but that one will be nice.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, joining us, he is my boy, my buddy. He is coming off of a great show
An
in Brooklyn, by the
amazing
way.
show.
He's really. I
An
told you.
amazing
I gave you
Oh,
props.
boy, don't get me started on that.
What? What's wrong?
I got
You didn't like
beef.
it?
I
With
got
who?
beef with somebody in this very studio
Who?
about that comedy show.
What?
Is it about Robert? No.
No.
Ben? No.
Uh-oh.
You know.
Okay.
You were well behaved.
Yes.
Brett
Wasn't there.
wasn't there.
Oh.
What she did.
Oh no! What did I do?
She will not accept payment
Oh, I
for her
won't.
set.
No, I won't.
I tried to
That's
pay
it.
her.
Give
No.
it to SEN.
That's his. That's
I love
Mark's
where
money.
I love where your head goes.
That's-
Yeah,
that's
we sent her.
absurd.
I got to pay her, so you might as well have to too.
No,
What do you mean?
but that's absurd. Mark does not have to put me up on his opener.
No.
She wrote
And-
this whole thing. She wrote this it was a very nice message, but it was
Yes.
on Venmo as she's returning.
No,
Oh
no.
my
I
God.
texted you back I sent you back. Oh, no, was it? I responded to the email that told
Yeah.
me that you paid me. But then on Venmo, I was like, sort of. And then I put a bomb, ING.
Yeah.
And what did I say? There was something else. Oh, hot Cheeto.
You
Whatever
did
it
not
was.
bomb.
You were the only one
Sort of
that was critical at your set because like
Yeah.
later that night, like we all went out drinking like the next night, and then
We
you
did
know,
not.
you were the only one that was critical. Oh, and then you and me went to my hotel room and
Uh-oh.
had a lot of Coors Lights. It was a good time.
And got interrupted every if he hears any that's what it was. Van Halen guitar licks is also what I paid you back for. If he's talking, he could be telling you the most serious thing in the world.
Yep.
And a Van Halen like lick will come on. He'll be like, just a minute. And then he'll be like maybe teary eyed from something else, and he's just like, he's
true.
just such a good guitar player.
No, yeah.
It's just
I-
the goat.
you know what's funny about that? There's something alluring about when he does this Coors Light hotel room thing. Like when we were in, where the hell were we? Orlando. And he's like, come by. He's like, but you want to come by for a beer? I'm like, all right. I told myself I was going to be there for maybe 15 minutes. It must have been 3 hours with me, him, and Dagnino just sitting here. I don't even know what we're talking about, but we're
He's
just
got
like,
good music playing.
It is.
We're talking.
It was
we're covering
good.
all sorts of topics.
Yeah, and it
he
looked-
thought I had Bert and Ernie socks on.
And we looked like three kids that couldn't afford to go to spring break in Palm Springs,
Yeah.
so we
Right.
just went to we just went to the hotel room and hung out.
It reminded me of being on like a basketball trip in high school
Yeah.
when like we'd all get into like, oh, did you hear somebody's got like a little airplane bottle of Fireball? Let's all
Right.
pass it around,
Right.
and it's like you're doing something illegal. So
Yeah,
that
that's what
was
it felt like. So maybe
And
that's why it's so funny.
I
to do.
provided the food.
Oh,
the
but
hot Cheetos were.
Oh, so
hit the
there was a
spot.
question that came in. I know that probably Atlanta's not going to happen, and I don't think that it probably could. But if it's Boston and Chicago,
Yes, you want me there?
Definitely, but is it
Can I
possible?
announce the shows?
We'll talk about it.
I think people like that. I think
I think
that's
so.
they're a fan of
Eventually,
that.
like in 2 years from now, it's just gonna be me in the back, just like sipping on a beer, just like watching. Like, I used to be there.
I used to be there, right? Is it possible to do another SEN Live?
Sure.
Because I think that the fans really dug it, and we want to try to make that a thing on those Fridays, maybe like to couple up the way that we did, to where we would do the 5 and then you do the 8.
Yeah, well, the Comedy Club loved y'all.
Oh, they did? Okay, good.
Amy at New York
She was
Comedy
great.
Club was a huge fan of y'all now.
Good.
So, but leading up to that, I am doing stand-up in Atlanta the night before.
Okay.
So I just put ticket. That's why I got here, and I had to like change some links because I just announced Atlanta and I'm in Las Vegas March 6th. So you can get tickets for
good.
that at markellislive.net.
Amazing.
And I'm on Lights Out with David Spade next
That's
week.
awesome.
Nice.
I like that he's taking a lot of the Comedy Store people. I
Thursday.
noticed that.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's a fun because I know him a little bit now, and like everybody's kind of
And you're doing Bill Burr.
shoots
The
the shit
show
in the
on Bill
parking
Burr,
lot.
right?
So next Thursday is Lights Out.
Yeah.
You can still get tickets for the studio audience, I think, if people want at my site.
Okay.
And then Friday I'm on Bill Burr's
awesome.
Comedy Central show. Yeah.
Are you doing the only thing they put Ingram on there? And the first 2 guys that were fine, and they gave them more time than they gave Ingram. I thought Ingram should have had more time, and he closed out the
on
Bill
Bill
Burr
Burr's
show.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, and I like, and it's like, and I also felt like because Ingram doesn't do material normally, and it's like he was doing material, and I thought it's Rick, so it was really funny, but Rick's the best when he's just going out off the crowd, and I guess he can't do that on Burr's show.
I don't know. Well, even when you watch like stand-up specials and stuff like that, crowd work. I did one bit of crowd work in my special, and I was happy at how it played out. But like generally, when you do crowd work, it just doesn't seem to translate as much.
I agree, but that's what made Ingram. That's what makes Ingram such a master at it. Because I remember when we used to do the Schmoedown comedy show at Room 5.
Yeah.
And that's all he would do for an hour. And
he's a master.
And he's a master at it.
Absolute master.
And I think that people get scared by that, like when I talk about executives and people who book, because of what you just said, it's very hard to do that normally. But there's something that he does and the way that he does it that I almost wanted to see him attempt it on Burr's show, but he did material. The material is funny. I was just hoping to see like what Ingram does best.
Yeah, well, for that show, because that's already been taped, so everybody did about 8 minutes, and then they edit it down, to whatever fits in the show. So it's not like, oh well, we're going to give these comics more time because we like their material better. It's just like that's just the way that it fits into the show.
That's fine.
Have you talked to Ari since everything went down?
I haven't talked to Ari.
You're not really friends
I haven't
with
talked to Ari
Ari.
in a good long while.
Yeah, since we did and I said it yesterday, and someone asked about it in Super Chat about if we heard about it. So to repeat, yes, we did. Ari's always been a friend of mine. Ari's always been good to me, but I did not like his comments. I didn't like his video. I thought it was.
He's claiming that his account was hacked.
He was kidding. He was joking. He was joking.
What's your name?
Because he did.
Fuck you. That's my name.
Oh, congratulations!
Oh.
Thank you, Kristian.
Kristian from Denmark.
He then posted and doubled down on an actual video. So
this, it's just been a really shitty week.
Schlong, schlong, schlong,
Thank
schlong,
you
schlong, Jetty,
for-
schlong, here, schlong.
That's why this
There
show
is everywhere.
That is-
Schlong, schlong,
could
schlong,
not have
schlong,
been.
schlong, schlong,
That's
schlong,
the
That was
moment. That's the
perfect.
moment Shannon
Schlong,
broke up the
schlong.
Wildberries.
Yes.
That's how perfect
Great
that
show,
was.
guys.
That's how perfect that was.
that was really good. That was really
Kristian's
good.
huge package here again.
Yep,
No,
Kristian's huge
hi,
package.
This is someone who's different.
Mark, when are you doing another comedy set in the CHI? Hashtag drip drip.
Chicago?
Yeah, we're doing. I think we're looking at
Oh
Chicago.
yeah, I'll
in,
definitely
like,
do a
June.
stand up in
CHI?
Chicago. The downtown Zanies in Chicago might be a nice spot for SEN too.
Yeah.
There's also there's a great club that's Zanies that's in Rosemont that's out a little bit. I got to figure out where our theater is.
But there's a subway that goes to that Rosemont area.
it's fantastic. It's
Or
like right near
L
the
train,
convention
L
center
train.
where they do like
Yep.
Comic-Con and stuff
I
like
think
that.
that we're doing. I think that one's going to be an actual vacation for me.
Chicago?
Yeah, I think that I'm going to take the kids and the wife to that one.
Oh,
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Are you kidding? Chicago in the summer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we're going to take because the kids are off for at least the oldest is off for school, so we just
We don't have that
Yeah.
date though yet, right?
whenever you cannot be there, is when
No,
we're
you
gonna.
did
We're
that.
gonna
That's
book
kind of
it.
how it is with me.
He
Like,
literally
it's
goes.
like-
He's like, "When is your brother's wedding?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "It's June 20th," and he's like, "Oh, that's when the
We
show
booked it. I
is."
said we booked it,
He
and
goes,
she goes,
"That's-
"Why did you
See,
become a good actor?"
Yeah, I had Colorado. I was doing Denver. That was locked in, and then I had to move it because that's Riley's wedding weekend, and so which I'm happy to do because that's gonna be that's gonna just be
Yeah, he better go through
I'm
with
sure
it, though.
Harloff Wedding Ellis returning one night only. We should pay per view that. We should have GoPros.
Yeah.
Like we should we should all wear glasses with cameras like Howie
down.
Mandel in that behind
Or like
the scenes
Mission
show.
Impossible.
And it's like $100 pay per view to watch us at Riley's wedding.
I am so down. I really am down.
Because you know what he wants to do, right?
Dance.
So he wants to have like an open mic that like for
New York
speeches and
was
stuff.
first live event and I had an absolutely incredible time. I died laughing when I called Kristian out for swearing.
Yeah.
Shout out to the entire crew. I was sitting right in front of RB3. My apologies if we bumped into the equipment. You're A1.
You definitely did.
It happened a few times.
Yeah.
You were saying.
No,
Riley.
yeah. So like
And
I
be
love
prepared
a
to
good
get
wedding
interrupted
toast.
again, by the way.
Wedding toasts are my I love a good wedding.
Yes.
Anyway, right?
Yeah.
And then the reception is going to be fantastic because you get people who are in comedy who can give like a best man toast and stuff like that. So those are going to happen. And then as of right now, and I was talking with Knapsack about this a little bit. I'm like, look, you and me might have to take the reins on this and sit down with Riley and be like, hey, let one of us kind of run.
Yes,
This
like a host.
because you don't just want like a microphone there for anybody to just
I know
stumble
Riley
up.
so well. There is 0% chance that he says no to that. There's 0%.
Okay, maybe we'll take the reins and then
0% chance that he has a
Yeah.
problem with it. If you guys said to him, "Hey, I think you need an MC for this thing," he's gonna go, "Yeah, you're right."
yeah. Go.
And if you
There's
say,
also, because otherwise you're just going to get the aunt who thinks she's funny.
right,
You know what I mean?
No, you got
She's going to get up and be like,
and you know when to cut people off, and you're gonna get the Tom
I
Connolly drunk
remember.
speech also, where you need to get him. You need to hook him.
yeah,
You need
yeah,
to hook
yeah.
him.
Imagine, is Tom going to be there?
Of course, Tom's gonna be there.
Is he going to do a set?
Dagnino?
Let me tell you something.
Gonna have to turn the mic up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's right. So they do this. You go. Let me tell you something about this guy. There's a time when this guy was not this guy.
Give him the light. Give him the light.
He was a different guy,
Got 38 people, Tom.
and because he was such a different guy, he'll be the guy.
Someone's going to reference the first marriage. That's the problem.
Oh, easily. Oh. No, they won't do that. They won't do that.
You let people get drunk enough, people who think they're funny,
I don't-
give them a microphone.
I don't think.
Comedy's tough.
I don't-
If you can pull it off.
I don't think.
Comedy
Hi-Tech
ain't
fans
pretty.
and AMC movie talk classic character shit rats Tony Ravioli and now Bagel Boy love you all so much bring the Schmoedown to Detroit.
That was a classic. That was a classic comment, and I think that's he and I had a really good conversation beforehand too. And I'll bring that. I think that was a very nice comment that to put him in those conversations with those classic characters. I think he would be actually pretty happy.
I did the shit rat face in a picture.
I-
We were doing the
I
meet
did,
and
yeah.
greet. And because I mean, people, it's impossible to not do now because like, nah, for Schnepp, and I'm like, what am I going to do? Not do a shit rat face?
Right. You did it a couple times on the movie talk. All right, let's get to Hotel Nerd. By the way, says, "Hey Kristian, I tagged you on Twitter last night, but in case you missed it, movie lovers unite, and I gave some mad props to all at SEN and the Schmoedown. I swear to God, we could talk SEN funny moments for the entire hour. I forgot to mention where we talked about you like an idiot, but it is on episode 2 of the Hotel Nerd podcast. Well, thank you, Hotel Nerd. It's very nice of you. Appreciate that.
A Hotel Nerd podcast?
Yeah.
I like the name of that.
That's good. My huge package apparently put in a Schmoebot. Rob Mack. There's nothing like watching SEN live while wearing my new SEN live shirt that I bought last weekend in New York. That's available, by the way, on the Schmoedownlive.com. People love that shirt. Guy was rocking that shirt.
Yeah, he looked good in
Guy
it.
looked good in that shirt. Go to
looks good in everything.
Yeah, the Schmoedownlive.com, and you can get that shirt, the SEN
What
live
did you
shirt.
say? He looks better than Ben Goddard in it.
Would I say that?
No, he's like outraged. We didn't mention how good. We didn't mention how good
He
looked.
did look. He was another one rocking it. There's nothing like
mean,
watching SEN live
Nothing
while
like
wearing my
having to
shirt.
beg for compliments to make you feel like they're not
That's
real.
right. Is Detroit still on the schedule for a live Schmoedown this year? I live in.
You're my manager.
I live in Toronto, and I'll pack 10 Canadians into 2 cars to make it to the show.
That's why I
yeah.
love the idea of Detroit.
Yeah, me too. That was the idea behind it.
I love being in Toronto
Yeah.
proper. If you look at it from a budgetary standpoint, which maybe you want me to talk to Scott about that, is like, hey, Canada's very expensive to get to, whereas Detroit you can get to, and it's very easy for them to cross the border and bring some of their delicious.
Well,
cough
JP,
syrup.
Jonathan Piccarello, who is our brilliant live events coordinator, he came up with that idea of doing that. Now, we were going to do that in April because we thought that there's no chance that we were going to be able to pull off Tampa WrestleMania weekend. But because, again, this new partnership with Skybound, we think it's more realistic now. So we're going to aim for Tampa for WrestleMania weekend. And then still, I don't know, maybe in September or October, look at Detroit. I don't know.
It any later than that.
I know, because then you start getting cold.
It gets
I know.
chilly.
I know. Maybe September. We'll look.
Oh, that's ill-advised.
Yes. Did you? Oh, you didn't know? You didn't know? See, it's so funny. I remember the other day when you wrote that to me on.
I texted that exact line.
You had texted that to me, and because we laughed about that so much when we saw that movie,
when
right?
We saw the switch.
Yeah.
You and I we might have been the only ones in the theater because that movie tanked and it
tanked,
did not
and
do
it was
well.
so good.
You and I died laughing when he delivers that line.
So we've been using the bit for a little bit, and I know that there's no chance that you listen to it.
Pull.
So and now I was like, because when you wrote it, I go, I said he's not writing that because we put it on the sound clips. He's doing it because he remembers. So RB3 one more time.
Oh, that's ill-advised.
That's so good.
He's just kind of looking down in a way, like, how could he do this?
Do you know anything? Do you play these other ones from Mark? I want to see if he has any chance if he knows what they are.
You dumb motherfuckers!
What's that from?
It's
This is a continuation of it.
I am sitting in a room full of fucking idiots.
Okay, that's is that Heat?
No, but you're right with the actor you think it is.
Scarface?
No.
Dog Day Afternoon.
More recent.
Serpico.
More recent.
Pretty
recent.
Irishman?
That girl.
Okay. There we go.
Look at her.
Baby Care's been underground for a little bit.
No, but I was going to tell you about the other one that we've been using a lot here, RB3, to see if he knows that one. If he's heard these clips.
Motherfucking accuser!
You know
Fuck you! I'm trying to help you, motherfucker! Accuser of the fucking brethren, you motherfucker!
And no, that isn't Kate's manager voice.
Not yet.
I was leaning towards some sort of like wild line that was Brett and Kate. Because I don't know that doesn't sound like a movie.
You're probably right on
correct.
that. You're right on that. It was some lady who lost her mind, and she was all over. She was popping up like Where's Waldo, like everywhere. She was popping up all. She said Pokemon.
Fuck out of here, you fucking accuser!
Yeah, she
What's that hashtag for Mental Health Day we're supposed to do today?
Well, but then I'm also, I don't know, I'm mixed because I know somebody commented that I was talking to about some mental health and said that he didn't feel comfortable with that because what if that was your sister or your mom or something? But she seems more like a what do they call them, a Karen? To me, like the I want to explain to the, I want to talk to the manager kind of thing, and less of a mental health.
Maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Look at her, and it's been going on for a while.
Dude,
I'm not sure.
I don't know. There's a shot where the bus driver's talking to her, and she starts doing a chicken dance and rolling in the grass. I don't know.
So then I started to feel bad because I'm talking about depression and stuff. But again, we're just
doing a show.
I was gonna say nobody put the crack in her
mouth.
body.
Right?
Nobody made her smoke the crack.
Yeah.
Why did mad at us for?
I would have been mad at us for.
She definitely didn't look like what I expected. Yeah.
All right.
Nobody made her smoke the crack.
That's where this show goes in 3 years.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to strap Kate down and make her do crack.
3 years.
For $20.
Come to the live event in Chicago.
If I may, to quote Jeff Goldblum.
That is ill-advised.
Ill-advised.
Tim Sim.
That's ill-advised.
Tim Sim put in a Schmoedown. Anthony Nugent. Good day, y'all. Great crew today, but where isn't it? When isn't it? Sorry about that. Ben, I know after yesterday, you probably want to leave it be. However, someone had a great suggestion on Facebook for your nickname. Ben the Claymore Goddard. Face him towards his opponent and just let him go off. It's not bad. He likes
Claymore is in like the weapon?
Yeah, he lost his he had a rant yesterday, and he was like, he's got he had enough. He had networked it yesterday.
I may or may not have known this was brewing for a little bit, and I've never used the term, and I fully encourage anybody who does not like their nickname to
I know you do.
To shed it.
I know you do.
Yeah.
ZCM's
say it like that. I know you do.
I know you do. I told the story. I haven't told what it was.
Say what it was.
I never said what it was, but I told the story about how it was. Come on, to this day, because someone asked about our biggest fight, and I said that wasn't the biggest one, but it was certainly one of the best because
pretty close.
You came in so hot that day, the yelling, and then I couldn't help it, and I started crying. And it wasn't
like
that I wasn't
Denzel Washington glory tear.
And you knew it because it wasn't that I wasn't listening to you. It was just the words were so ridiculous.
And I totally got it.
And you started crying, laughing too.
I saw the tear.
Yeah.
And it was like I was looking in. At that moment, I was looking in on this conversation. I left my body and I was looking down at this, and I was like, "This is the most ridiculous conversation
ever."
It
went from somebody like really yelling mad to like we were watching like Spaceballs or something or Caddyshack. We were crying, laughing.
We hit ludicrous
so
speed pretty quick.
It was really fun.
But he didn't say the name. He was respectful.
No.
I think the statute of limitations is passed now.
Yeah.
But I just I feel bad for people because like when I go on stage, when I got introduced at New York, it was great. Like I love them chanting Baby Carrots at Schmoedown. You know, I don't need it at comedy clubs, but it was awesome. And then, if somebody doesn't like their nickname, they're kind of like on the fence.
He doesn't
about
like the boy part of it.
Which I totally understand.
Yeah, we're gonna work within the Schmoedown to get past.
Yeah.
All right. ZCM Zombie Custom Maps. Have you seen this new phenomenon about men dipping their balls in soy sauce? Apparently, there's a theory.
Yep.
Is this true?
Yep.
There's a theory that started on TikTok saying you have taste receptors on your balls, which is described that you can taste the soy in your mouth from doing so. I want nothing to do with any of this.
Yeah. I did a little kick 'em in hit before I came in here today.
Yeah.
Put it right in your balls. Yeah.
Oh, it feels so good.
That one took me a second. That took me a second, and the brand name. That's the brand name of soy sauce.
But that also implies that that's the first time
smart
anything's
joke.
been on your balls. Like, wouldn't you know if you could taste things on your balls?
Pretty
Like,
much,
I'm
yeah.
tasting that lady's mouth right now.
So did you eat onions today?
Yeah.
For me, personally, Kate, no. I still... Be like, why do I taste hot Cheetos all of a sudden? That is so weird.
This is an interesting show, Nana.
I will share something. Years and years ago, somebody told me because of chafing and whatnot, I use powder on my balls.
Yeah.
And also, don't use powder with talc in it. By the way, you got to use the cornstarch. I don't taste baby powder in my mouth.
In your mouth,
So,
exactly.
and I'd use this every single day.
How do you know what baby powder tastes like, Brett?
I know what it smells like.
Yeah.
That's a good question,
That's
though.
right.
And that's gross as fuck.
Well, this is a good question from Nightwolf. Hey, guys.
Hey.
So, Harloff, I watched Dog Day Afternoon with Al Pacino for the first time, and I loved it.
I was going to say that before.
That was yours?
I think if you watched a movie with Al Pacino in the room, it'd be great, right? Or not with Al Pacino.
Oh, yeah. Fun fact. I found out the director, Sidney Lumet, is the maternal grandfather of Jake Carnevale. And Jake is also the grandson of Lena Horne. Favorite Al movie of all time. My favorite, Jake Carnevale, by the way. Isn't it Jake Carnevale, Hey Mando?
Yeah.
It is, right?
So
I can't
Horne,
say.
that's
There
an all-time
were a
talent
couple
right
times that we didn't have to really acknowledge it, but I don't know if you heard it at SEN Live. There were a couple times that people were screaming out, "Hey Mando!"
Yeah, I
It's
didn't know.
really
I didn't
good.
hear that.
It's really good.
By the way, Sidney Lumet's daughter is, I forget her name, Lumet, but I saw her at the Austin Film Festival years ago. My husband had a script that was in the running, and but we went name dropping. Don't worry, he's still unemployed for 2.5 years. It didn't mean anything, but his daughter,
dipping his balls in soy sauce right now.
He doesn't need to. But his daughter, I forget her name, but also has the last name Lumet, was Rachel Getting Married director, and talked about how strange it was.
Ooh, that movie.
Yes.
That movie does things to Mark Ellis.
That's the one, right?
Woo! It's so cringy to watch. I thought it was so well made, but it's like, oh, God,
you can't
felt
watch
like
it.
I was there in
I
the
know,
house with
I
my
know.
family.
Yeah.
And
When
you talk
they're
about
doing that-
awkward wedding speeches.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I agree. But she talks about like growing up, and like, yes, Lena Horne was her grandmother.
Yeah.
And she talks about like growing up. She's like, I didn't know it was weird to have Sammy Davis Jr. in our living room. Like,
There you go.
it's just crazy.
What's your favorite Al Pacino movie, by the way? Yeah, for me, it's either Heat, Devil's Advocate, or Scent of a Woman.
I like Scarface a whole lot.
I love it too. That would be in there.
I would drop Devil's Advocate, but I think I need to see it again. to see if it's as over the top or if it's gotten more over the top since then. I mean, it's hard.
You're jumping on one. He's laughing his sick fucking ass off. He's a sadist. He's a tight ass. He's an absently landlord. Worship that? Never. And then you get Keanu Reeves. Rather than rain in hell than worship. And he's just like, why not? I'm in here with my nose in it since the whole thing began.
Really good work, Kristian.
Wow. Love.
I'm gonna stick with Godfather 2.
I was gonna say
stick with Godfather.
Missing the obvious ones with the Godfather.
Yeah, Godfather.
Yes. I'm here for the obvious ones. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not here to get deep into catalog.
No. Even do you remember that monologue at the end when he's telling Keanu Reeves? He says because despite of all his imperfections, I'm a fan of man. I'm a humanist. Oh, Al Pacino.
Great.
He's great.
But what when the question was asked, like, what movie did you know was a classic when you first saw it? Dog Day Afternoon was definitely
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right, let's move on here to Anthony Nugent. Whether it be in a promo or the match, Ben is going to go off and destroy his enemies. Supporting you, mate. RB3 is going down on Saturday.
By the way, this slate that we have, it's
good, right?
I am so excited to be on the desk for these.
Do you think Bonnie shows up?
I was going to bring that up.
Oh, it's a thing. We all talk about it.
Because with you, because I'm like, hey, do we have contingency plans just in case her car breaks down?
Yeah, I'm thinking about
she has to remodel her kitchen.
I thought about it. I thought about taping one of our first What If exhibition.
Yeah.
What if Brett would have won the free for all and won the championship, and Brett has to defend the championship that day against somebody?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
maybe we do that.
I like that.
Yeah, so that might be a thing.
I think I go straight to Merle. That's how I would do it.
I don't think the highway goes exit Bonnie and then exit Dan is the
I
next
think that's
one.
pretty much that's how you got to do it. 0 to 60. I mean, not that she's a 0. I'm the 0. No, I'm the sniper. I'm gonna get him.
We got Eric. If you're watching this, please use that in there.
You got to teach me how to be confident.
Yeah, I know. Well, I got to work with you. It's gonna be a thing.
We haven't worked out my character yet, guys. Sorry.
If I could teach you to be confident, I'd be living in your mansion right now.
Well, this guy on the internet making breakfast every morning. Oh, why is it so fucking early? Well, I don't know. What do you want for dinner? I'll cook that. Fine. Jesus, brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. You're 13 fucking years old. Red is the funniest guy on the internet. What's wrong with my car? $1,000? The piece is this big. How can it be $1,000? Sorry, Apple Podcast.
Hashtag mental health day. Oh my God. The best line is, if I could teach you to be confident, I'd be living in your mansion.
All right, my huge package put in a Schmoedown again. Zoltan. Hey, peeps. Missed the chance yesterday as I was tired, but I'm now officially a club member, Kristian. I'm a dad. Nice, Zoltan.
Congrats.
Great. That's great. Thank you very much, and congratulations to you. That is amazing, amazing news. Rob Mack. Kate, I said it to you at the Schmoedown, and I'm going to say it again. I thought you were very funny at the comedy show on Friday. I'm not a stand-up critic, but I laughed my ass off at your set, and that's all I ask when I'm at a comedy show.
Thank you.
Yeah, I gave you props yesterday on the. I said the same thing I said to you when I saw you in the back. I said,
No, this is what you said, just so we're clear. Kristian saw me.
Yeah.
I had my set. It just happened, and he gave me a hug, and he didn't say anything. And then he stood against the wall, and I was like, oh, no. Because the worst is when they won't say anything.
Yeah.
And then he came back over. He goes, it wasn't a bomb, and I'll tell you why.
Because I know you felt it was. But you felt it was. You felt it was because you didn't say anything, and you sat in the back. I know you when you feel like
I sat in the back the whole show because I like watching the other comedians.
I know, but you also, there was a look on your face. And I said to her, I said, look, that's not a bomb. And I said, I'll tell you why. I said, because I know you so well. You came up, you got that. You weren't used to getting that big round of applause, like coming up like that, of the people knowing you right away. So right there, now you're like, okay, now I got to hook them. And I said to her, I said, if you look at your notes like that again, too, I'm going to I don't know. Was it
You
Jim?
said shove it up my ass.
Okay, good.
Oh, did you do the notes thing?
She did the notes thing.
Yeah.
So, but
fine.
and that's fine. But what I said to her, as I was watching, she was the only one I did this to. But I was watching, like, there was one part in her set. I said it out loud, and I caught myself saying, I was like, recover. but then I felt like a coach, like on the side, and just watching her, and then she just maneuvered right into her last two bits, and she crushed. And I said to her, I go, a lot of comics will hit that, it's not going the way I want, and then just spiral out of control. She like nailed it at the end, and I think because she didn't have the full, to her it's probably what, a 2-year set. I think it was a 7.
Oh.
I had some.
Ben also says a 7. Wow.
I had some family friends at the show that we had a quiet drink afterwards, and they were very complimentary of your set.
Yeah.
The funniest part for me, because I didn't watch anybody's set before me.
Because you were doing other sets, other places.
So
yeah,
I mean, I was there
2 shows before.
Yeah,
your show
I was
that
there
night.
I really wanted to get that Disney Plus thing ironed out. So I got there about 10-15 minutes before my set. And I come in, and as I'm walking into the room about to get introduced, I see Kristian walk in this way, and I come up to him, and I was like, "Did I walk you already?"
Oh yeah. It was true. I think I was trying to hit the head at that point, but no, you and I said it to you. You were great. I mean, you were sorry. No, just kidding. You were great. You were great.
He was.
And it was one of those. And I've seen a lot. You did a lot of new stuff. You did a lot of new things. There was the way you played with the crowd in general. But I was
one
really
joke
impressed.
I keep retelling myself in my head that he does. I can't give your bits away, but it had to do with Ken Bones, and I just.
Ken Bones. Yeah, that was good.
That was fun.
That was
my God.
That was the first time.
You have done that?
Because the other 2 sets I did that night
And also,
at the
these fingers
cellar
make
and at the
fudge.
stand, it was like you're doing like 8 minutes,
Right.
and it's like joke, and that's more of a story. And I've never told that story on stage
That's
before.
Oh, really?
funniest.
No.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
it was great.
That's
Is that a true story?
It's 100% true.
I thought it would be.
You can ask the other party.
I know, but the reason I asked that is because it seemed like a true story, and I could see that because I know you so well that I was like, I can 100% see that being a true story.
Well, because I texted her like a couple days before the show, because I was writing a lot that the week leading up to it. I texted her, I was like, "Hey, I think this is gonna be a funny thing on stage," and she just wrote back, "I'm glad you're having fun."
It was funny. All right, let me get to a couple more of these things here. Paul Denuzio put in a Schmoedown. Long Schlong Silver's back in the house.
Oh, right.
Hey, gang, hope your day is going great. If you had...
Is that me? Who was that?
If you had the power to select next year's halftime performer at the Super Bowl or the big game, who would you choose? My personal favorite would be Daft Punk with guest artist. Happy Wednesday and appreciate y'all. Carrot Top.
Oh boy, that's a tough one.
That's what I want Carrot Top to do. It. See if he could hold the whole audience for that long.
Who would be the first? I think Kevin Hart would have to be the first comic if there ever was a comedian to do a Super Bowl halftime show. I don't think it will ever happen, but
you can't keep.
I think it would
attention.
probably be Hart would be the best choice. Paulie D speaking. I think I'm doing the action.
Oh, are you
the
finally?
Action Army
Good,
show
good,
in a couple weeks?
Good.
Yeah.
It's really good. And you got to do the schmo. You would get crushed in the schmo baits. They do the Schmoedown. Like it's basically movie fights for the Schmoedown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really good.
I'm riding Brett Sheridan. That's my horse.
That's it.
That's the horse I'm riding into battle. That's the little donkey I'm riding.
That's right. So real quick, musical artists that you guys would want?
Musical artist?
Yeah, who would you want to do the big game?
I would love to see Rihanna.
Stupid.
I'd love to see Rihanna do it.
Okay.
I would say for me
Van
personally,
Halen.
I think no, I think that Bon Jovi is still like out there touring, like selling out theater like arenas. I think I'd probably
That'd be
go
a good
with
one.
Bon Jovi because then a lot of special guests could
Yeah, I like that.
infiltrate.
Sturgill Simpson, God, I can't even talk, puts on an amazing show. I don't really necessarily like his album, but I've been to his concert and I saw him on SNL just tear the fucking stage apart. And I don't know if he's known enough, but I mean, he would light up the room. It would be amazing.
I'll say or Foo Fighters.
That was mine. Rob Mack.
What do you,
sorry,
Kate?
what do you got, Kate?
What, the Go-Go's?
Which band from Chicago would you like to see?
Chicago.
I just want to see the Super Bowl, the Super Bears do the Super Bowl shuffle.
Perfect.
That's what I want to
So
see.
That would be
Okay,
awesome.
good. Hey, Rob Mack, you know what he also says? He says that sitting behind RB3 at a comedy show is just a privilege. You're the man, brother. Yeah.
There was one moment during my set where RB3 and I locked eyes on a joke, and it just warms your
does.
heart.
I can't remember. I was sitting with.
Did Did they pay respects and not sit too close to you this time?
Oh Jesus!
I sat far in the back because I said I actually said said to when I walked to Amy. I said for the next show, can we make sure that I'm all the way like in the back and the front? She's like, I know. I don't know if you said something or whatever too.
The whole reason why I helped y'all get SEN Live set up is so that Harloff would be there 4 hours early.
I was there early last time. They put me in the front. The one dude, he's like, you got to sit in the front. I go, dude. I said, I'm a comedian. I know the rules. You're not supposed to sit in the front. He's like, no, it's all we got for that many people. And I'm like, I'm not gonna push back here, but I'm telling you, Ellis is not gonna be happy.
It was fun. It was a fun kind of different challenge to go up with having y'all in the front because I didn't address it right away.
No,
like you got to get up there and establish tempo,
and then once you have 100%. But all right, it's always sunny and. Go ahead.
Sorry. Was that stage smaller than what you're used to in New York?
It's bigger.
It is.
Yeah.
That was like we're on a soapbox here.
No,
I've never. It's just so different
the fact
than
that
LA.
you could pull off a live podcast like SEN Live on a stage at a New York Comedy Club is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Gotham's pretty huge.
Yeah,
but everything else is.
God.
Well,
Caroline's even?
Yeah, Caroline's. I don't know.
It's about the same size as Caroline's.
Oh my God.
It's always sunny in Philly. SEN fam, I was able to upgrade my Patreon tier to $20. Thank you so much.
Hey.
Wow.
Slowly working my way up each one when I can do it again. Thank you for all the hard work. I wanted to ask if anyone has seen the rhythm section or Gretel and Hansel, both coming out this week. So I know that the Bagel Bandit had seen the rhythm section last night. He said it's the best movie of the year.
Is this on?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. It unfortunately is definitely a January movie. It's not terrible. It's just really boring.
Yeah.
It's just like Blake Lively wants revenge on someone that causes a plane crash to kill her whole family. Jude Law trains her, but then just how the movie's edited and the pacing is just really off. Yeah, it's just a strange movie.
Well, nobody saw the other one.
I
so.
might check out Gretel and Hansel tonight.
Yeah, okay.
I'm kind of like the it's only PG-13, and this is where I'm becoming you.
Yeah.
Where I'm a little like if you're gonna tell me a hardcore this witch is like putting children in the oven kind of story, that should be a hard.
Come back on tomorrow and review it.
Oh, I have
I had to explain the poster to my kids driving by. They're like, "Why isn't it Hansel and Gretel?" I'm like, "Yeah." And what's in her mouth? And I'm like, a ponytail of a girl? Is she eating? What is that poster?
As parents, do y'all teach them the thing of Hansel and Gretel just to keep the kids in line? Because I think that's a really good one to be like, hey, if you guys get out of line, if
Someone's
you
gonna
go walk,
eat
she's going to cook you and eat you.
Yeah, no,
pretty good.
Gonna eat you now, you know. Keith Zerwes put in a Love the MSU shirt. Nephew's going there for law school. Go Spartans. There you go.
Nice.
Fictitious Christ. Can we get John Voight to John Voight from Anaconda to review The Rise of Skywalker?
You do it
he does it from Anaconda.
You gonna rise of Skywalker? You wanna see the Jedi? I got a knife. I don't need no lightsaber. I killed you, Anaconda. We gonna kill all you.
Oh, that is
very well done.
That is good.
I
love that line in Anaconda when they're like, Anacondas don't eat people. It's like, oh, they don't. Just pushing his whole face.
Matt Reed, the great Matt Reed, who did the great song, the Bagel song for. He said we need a 2020 Charles song. All right, so I can give you some. Well, maybe because he'll probably rap about Charles, so I can give you a little bit to put in there. How you doing? Now you know, gonna be 2020 before you know. Now you know, I'm gonna do things to myself that you're not even gonna wanna do. So I'm gonna be looking straight at you, saying, how you doing? Now you know.
Oh, just that. Really nice towards the end. Really brought it on a nice down.
Kids gather around Grandpa. He says some funny things. And
hey, Grandpa's drunk now, you know. All right, Jay Golden Eyes. We need a Drunk Brett Patreon tier for the SEN patron. I would pay serious coin for a Skype call or voicemail. Hey, man, we'll talk about it.
I'll do anything, brother.
My huge package, again, put in a Schmoedown. Douglas Cassell. Hey, guys, Saturday was one of the greatest nights of my life. I haven't been doing so well mentally. Shout out to Bateman and Guy for talking to me outside. Let's see. Kate, I didn't get to meet you, but you did an amazing job. Kristian and Mark, seriously, thank you. Thank you, Tom. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you. Very nice of you to say. I'm glad that we could bring some laughs and enjoyment for you, my man. And please come again to anytime you're around. The King of Ice Cream. 56 episodes of SEN and not a single mention of Yanni. disrespectful.
Oh man.
A lot of people didn't even know who Yanni, because we did a big Yanni thing on Collider Live, and like, you know, the younger folk didn't know Yanni. Everybody in this room knows Yanni.
Absolutely.
And not only do we know
No,
the great works of Yanni, he also he composed the music that CBS uses, now ESPN2, for the Masters.
Oh, that's right.
Golf
Makes
tournament.
sense.
That's
yeah.
you know what? Can I change my answer for the Super Bowl? That's what I want.
Yanni?
The Super
That would
Bowl
be great.
shot.
Is he the master of the pan flute? Or no, am I
Maybe.
thinking something else? Who's the pan flute guy? That's not Yanni, right?
I don't
Look it up,
believe
everybody.
So.
Put this one on him
Bring
because
it up.
there's a
Peter and the Wolf.
There's a feud brewing in SEN here, so put the camera on him. All right, Billy Belford. He
was on
says
to that song like
he
that.
says, I guess I gotta rewatch Drive. I don't remember the scene when Ryan Gosling had a temper tantrum. Him and Billy going at it. Him and Billy been going up.
No, I don't have any beef with Billy at all.
Yeah.
Like, if he's got a problem with me, that's fine.
Get him.
But
Get him.
I just don't like the nickname. Like, I've said 1,000 times, stop fucking gaslighting over there, RB3, you motherfucker. But no, I appreciated the chant, and like I talked to Billy and Paul Denuzio afterwards, and like we talked.
He's messing with you.
Yeah.
All right. Douglas Cassell again. Only okay. Part 2. So what happened?
Oh, I just wanted to make sure everybody knew, because I knew this was on everybody's minds. It's Zafir. Zamfir was the master of the pan.
Oh, okay.
Zamfir, not Yanni. I know people are going to come at me in the comment section, but
well, listen then. Will you, Brett? Will you do it? Will you do a drunk review of the pan flute? Ready? Hold on.
Oh, we're doing that. I almost think I could sing this one. Well, if you don't like guitar and you don't like drums, I got a feller that sings with his gums. He blow into a tube filled with bamboo shoots. His name is Xanther, the king of the pan flute.
Well done. Well done.
Master of the pan flute.
So good. Very happy with
A
that.
former improviser.
Yes.
Right there.
All right, so we go back to Douglas Cassell. Is it only part 2? To call to action, thank you for giving me the chance to go to the event. Ben, the Bagel Bandit Goddard, and RB3. I'm so excited for your match. And RB3, it was amazing hearing you talk about hip-hop. So I guess I'll leave that with you. Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Yes. And then we have Joseph Boros, who put in a Schmoedown. Jim Mason put in one. Hotel Nerd. If you don't want to get spoiled, you can mute keywords on social media. Hope this helps others. That's what I'm doing until the matches hit YouTube. I think that's a really nice way to do it. So, okay, let's see. I'm going to go back to some super chats here because we haven't done super chats. So let's get to super chats. PC says, Kate, you're going to be in Atlanta.
I don't think so, right?
We don't know. It depends. I don't think we're going to do an SEN live for Atlanta. I don't know if we have enough time to set that up.
Yeah,
Probably not,
That's
right?
probably.
Yes. So that's going to be harder to do. So maybe not for that one. And because you don't have any competitors in that one, so probably not. Yeah. Jason Korinsky, what the fuck is up with the MSU shirt? Yeah, this is from fans that gave me the shirt. So,
really?
Yeah.
People love that shirt.
The guy likes green.
Haskell, I do actually. Haskell 420. Hey gang, good morning. Ben, how about the Ben Motter Goddard? I don't know. Smack talk ideas. After I beat you, you're on your own manager's going to time you out. No.
Like, because I mod the chat.
Oh, I see. I see. Now I get it. Yeah, but I don't think enough people. I think that's over people's heads. Knapsack's Ponytail, who we got to meet in New York. I've been working on a comic based on the Outlaw character. Hope to have an illustrator in place and get a few rough issues done before the Tampa event. Love that.
I'm excited about the documentary.
Yeah, man. Did you hear me talk about it a little bit?
I didn't get to participate in it because they had a few days of shooting. It's nobody's fault, but they had a couple days of shooting during Schmoedown matches, and so I was kind of commentating. Then I'd run out, and Eric's awesome because he's like, "Hey, can you pop in for 15 minutes?" And I'm I can't. I have too much stuff to do. But so I would have loved to add my thoughts to it because I really do. When you think about the history of the Schmoedown, I think you cannot tell the story of the Schmoedown without him.
No way.
So I think for that reason, he might be the most crucial competitor to the history of the Schmoedown.
It was great. It's like 54 minutes, but
I can't wait to watch
it. And
it
it really flows like a sports documentary.
Yeah.
It really does. Like the way that they set it up in the beginning, and it's great. It's great. It's going to be ready very soon. And once again, that'll be ready for patrons. $10 patrons and up will get it.
Does it start in Cochabamba, Bolivia?
Oh no, it should, right? No, I know, but no, it's not. Anyway, we're very excited.
That's how those documentaries always start. Uh-oh, we lost Goddard.
Arlo Khan. Yeah, a grifter.
A bunch of Action Army generals have already bought their tickets for Mark's show in Atlanta on February 28th.
Yeah.
Well, see you there.
Yeah,
I want.
You know what I do want to see though, and like I welcome and I love the Action Army. I think to me they are now like the heartbeat of the fans in these live events. I love it, but I would be lying if I didn't say I wanted to see like a rival faction grow. Like that also comes to all the events as well. And they all get along and do a great thing. But I want to see like a new crop that starts coming to every single show the same way they do.
I had an opportunity to be in the rhythm section, but turned it down because I and Scorsese only make real cinema.
God damn it,
Has anyone seen my latest Fart House film, Underwater? No, I don't blame you. Ask Ben if Hess has ever heard of The Nature Boy.
The Fart House film. Oh, that's good. You're getting crucified on that Kristen Stewart stuff.
I just don't think she's the worst actress ever, Mark. That's
but she didn't do any favors with that movie she put out this year.
Yeah, I get it.
Underwater?
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
You like a lot.
I like it. I was good.
You're a nice guy. You're a nice guy. All right.
Is the Fart House the competitors against the Action Army?
The new Fart House comes in. Yeah, it's Action Army and the Fart House. Yeah. Okay, so Arlecon, a grifter is a person who engages in petty or small-scale swindling.
Good movie, too.
I think Ben the Grifter Goddard fits. Have a great day to everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, grifter.
I don't hate the grifter because the movie The Grifters is really good. It's like John Cusack and Angelica Houston, so that would help his intro because he could come out with like a faction, other grifters.
That's
and
right.
you know it'd be really funny while he's competing, somebody tries to steal stuff from like the announcer desk.
Well, he thinks that someone had suggested this a while back, and we think we're going to implement it, is that he steals people's gimmicks.
Oh, wait,
my God, that's so funny.
So he'd come out in like a carrot costume?
He would come out
He
in
would
like
come out in a carrot costume. He'd wear an outlaw hat.
He wouldn't show up.
Right. He's not, right. No, if he plays Bonnie, no one shows up. Yeah. So Stephen Thayer.
This is Brett's kind of his own promo.
That's right.
I know.
That's
Brett's just.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
again,
God.
Eric, if you're watching, these are the bits that you got to get for the Bonnie thing. Stephen Thayer. Brett, here's another $1. Tell me a joke.
Oh, shit. I'll just tell the end of the joke. The Aristocrats!
All right. This is hysterical.
It's a very good documentary.
Very good.
Anakin Skywalker, we answered your schmo about it before. Just B.
Was it the real Anakin Skywalker?
It was actually.
Oh
Just
my
B.
God.
The triple B. Yeah, we did that one also. Dan
Do you
B.
guys like pod racing? Thank you. Thank you, Anakin.
Yeah. Dan Besher. Will we need to subscribe to Skybound to watch new shows on You From Your Network? Absolutely not. That's a great question, by the way, Dan.
That is a good question.
It's a great question. No, there's nothing that's changing. The way that you find our stuff, nothing's changing. So you're going to find this show every day, 10 to 12. You're going to find the Schmoedowns the same way. You're going to find the live events the same thing.
How much someone got to drop to find out Baby Carrot's other nickname? Asking for a friend.
I just love the idea of Anakin Skywalker giving, like, hey, you guys see the Death Star? Pretty cool, right? Or he's like, have you seen Padme? Is she okay?
And then after somebody says a bad joke, he just writes, no.
You guys ever watch the old Screen Junkies roasts?
Yeah.
Like Joe Starr did teenage Anakin Skywalker. And he was like, I'm gonna go listen to Limp Bizkit and F all you guys. Like Joe Starr's Anakin Skywalker is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I did a couple. I was there for that one. I don't know if I was a Star Wars character or not, but I was a Marvel character. I'm trying to remember who I was.
You were the Marvel one.
I was Tony Stark. That's right. Yeah.
But I do, again, to answer Dan's question, no, everything, this channel, and we will have more shows on this channel, more things. I mean, that's because of Skybound, you'll probably be able to see more programming and more people on this network. So absolutely nothing will change as far as how you find us.
Will my commute change?
No. Samir's favorites. Yo, Ben, you down with OPB? Other People's Bagels. That's good. Bagel Ben Sofa Kingdom. RB3, rooting for you this Saturday. Can you please put the bagel baby in his place and tell him to stop whining?
No.
Come on. PC, Kate, will you be in Atlanta? We said adopted Asian. Okay. Wife said that Ben would be on her list. Let's just say that she will not be attending live events with me. No bagel for that bandit.
Which Ben, though? That's the
this
real
one.
This one?
Yeah, because of the bagels.
Listen,
B. Kursker.
both Bens.
Here's a couple of dollars because Brett has me crying.
Yeah. Brett, I'm telling you, If you could harness this comedy power in a match against Dan Murrell, you would actually beat Dan Murrell. Yeah.
Haskell 420. If you're going to Chicago and you're near Riverwalk, let me know, as the Smith would take care of the MTS at any of their 5 locations.
Wow.
New York, D.C., Chicago. And I give props to him every single time we go to the Smith. I really want to find the person that told him I didn't like the food, though. I want to choke them out.
You did like
love
the
the
food.
food.
That
It's
short rib
delicious.
burger is unbelievable.
I didn't have the short rib, but I had like a bunch of appetizers, but I had like the hummus and I had some. I had oysters when I was there too. It was delicious.
They got one in D.C. I wasn't able to go when I was in D.C., but yeah, Chicago, the Riverwalk down there is beautiful. They dye the whole thing green for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes. They call it the Riverwalk? Because I always think of San Antonio.
I think it's San Antonio too.
Yeah.
But I think it's the river something else,
It's
right?
river, like there's River North. There's just the Chicago. Yeah, but I've never heard
It's like
it called
the Riverwalk.
Also, I've been out of
That's
Chicago.
where the Spurs
for many
go
years.
when they win championships.
Yes, they do,
Well,
and they have
props-
5 of those.
Who's our connect at the Smith?
Ed Haskell. So we went. You didn't come. You didn't come out on Friday.
No, I did.
Oh, you did. Yeah, that was
yes.
Ed.
You go. Where are you? I'm like, I'm with my brother, and then I show
Oh, right,
up and
that's
you
right at the
leave.
end. I live. Yeah, you took too long. My name rules. Put in a super chat. Thank you so much. Simon War. Greetings from the UK. Followed you guys since the early Collider days. Keep doing what you're doing. It's a highlight of my rainy English afternoon. And I love that there's a. Thank you so much. There's a Schmoedown page they made just for the UK. It's a UK group. And there's more and more UK fans. It actually is a great page for us because now I know when we find, because people don't understand. I get the question all the time, when are we going to the UK for Schmoedown? If I had the budget for it, I'd go tomorrow. I've never been to Europe like in my life. So
Nor have I've been to Europe. I've been to Europe airports.
Yeah, but I've never.
That's about it.
Right.
On your way to where?
The Middle East.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I go. Like, you hang at like Charles de Gaulle Airport or like Heathrow or something, and then you hang. So I've never actually been out of the airport there.
And that's like when you're doing US.
Because I saw it Taken, and I'm like, no, I can't leave the. No, I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Well, so I am going to be spending a lot of time in that group because I want to know how many more people. So join if you live in the UK and you want us to come to the Schmoedown, join that Schmoedown UK group because. If there's supposed to be like 300, 400, 500, 600 people in that group, I'm like, okay, well, then I can make the case for that. We can sell out 600, 700,000 people in the UK. Yeah. Then I can start try to get a sponsor for the actual event. I really want to go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something I really want
Check
to do.
out that Facebook group. Let me know how many C-bombs they're dropping.
Yeah. We will too. So we're not there's no chance we're gonna be able to get all these Streamlabs today. So either companion piece or read the rest of them tomorrow.
Okay.
But I do want to get some more of these streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Who we had Joseph Boros who put in that great Roxy nickname for sure. Jim Mason put in one. Hotel Nerd put in. Asked the thing about the muting the keywords. Sir Lord Attenborough. That's a really good one. What's going on? What's going on? You sausage McMuffins. For all the comedians in the room, what was your favorite experience with a heckler in the crowd at one of your shows? I love watching Jimmy Carr destroy his hecklers. Favorite put down from a comedian. Love y'all. I mean, the one for me is when this guy shows up and he looked just like Ron Jeremy, and he thought I was going to be like kind of a timid comedian, and he was wrong. And I just went after his resemblance to Ron Jeremy for the whole entire time in the place. And he came up to me. He's like, he just did this thing. And it was good. I was at room 5.
I had a woman in Denver that I had to take care of the Late Show, and to the point where everybody in the crowd was chanting at her. And when I got it, you handled a heckler well when you get off stage and the staff is coming up and high-fiving you. And I was taping the show, and I think I might even text you. I'm like, dude, I just destroyed this heck. We got to put it up on Schmoes. No. And then I watched it, and I'm like, I don't think I want to have that out there. Because if you become a comic that like, look at how this guy handles heck, like,
then
other people show up. I'm going to yell so. I want to be part of the show.
I want to be on YouTube also. Yeah.
I worked really hard on these Ken Bone jokes.
You told one recently. I thought when we talked, didn't we have a heckler question you asked about? Was there something? Or am I wrong?
No, I don't. I remember once. I remember there was I remember like one of the best like off the cuff jokes. I don't know that I was like handling a heckler, but it was actually at a Room 5 show, and there was some guy that was like, "You like black dudes?" He was a black dude, and I was like, "Yes." I mean, listen, if you have enough freckles, I'll go for it. Like I made some joke like that, and he never talked to me again the rest of the show. So if you have enough freckles that connect, I'd go for you.
Is doing stand-up shows for 4 people being happy?
Yes, that does. Yeah.
I've never had anything yelled at me. Yeah.
Paul Denuzio.
Too beautiful.
Yep. Can we get more Miss Movies in any capacity this year? She was on the desk. Also, Kate was greasy in Brooklyn. I think he meant to say great.
Also, listen, maybe greasy.
Yeah.
Amen, Greasy.
Oh wait.
What is he?
In Brooklyn. Oh wait, in Brooklyn was the Schmoedown.
Yeah, he said Kate was greasy in Brooklyn.
He liked my post interview.
Okay. Can't wait to have you on Chill and the artist formerly known as the Bagel Boy, now Bagel Bandit. Brett did suggest Bagel Boy shirts once. So there you go. So you blew it. You lied. As far as Miss Movies, she's going to be around. She's
motherfucker.
She's around. She's around a lot. So I mean, the thing you got to realize too, the way that we have with the desk is right. Usually it's always Mark and myself.
Yeah.
And then Ken's like the second when we have. Then we have a lot of other people that like Clark Wolf wants to be on the desk this year, and she will be. You got Emma Fife. You have Rachel Cushing. There's Brienne. There's a lot of people that could be calling matches. So it's. We only have 2 people on the desk, so there's only so much we can do. But I think that having Brienne around more is she's always comes to the matches and stuff.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Yeah. Okay, so do anybody have 5-10 minutes? You got 5 more 10 minutes? Okay. Brandon Dunlap. Hess. Not even close. Hey, SEN crew. Long-time fan. Thanks to Jeremy Johns plugging it 5 years ago. Love the Schmoedown, and I love this show. It makes me laugh every day. But shout out to the RB3 for having the best laugh and making everything that much funnier. Much love, guys. I second that. Flip Gustafsson. The trailer is pure fire. I've watched it 10 times since it aired. And the song is going straight on my very underused workout playlist. Here, take my money. That's right. That promo. Did you get a chance to see that promo? Oh, you saw it. You saw it. You were from kind of backstage, but it was great from Nerd Chronic.
Yeah, I saw how excited Kristian was, and he tried to play it on his phone as we were going to Brooklyn. But the problem was it was like pouring rain, and we were a block away from the theater. And I was like, "Honey, I know you're excited. We have to get out of the car."
Good. He's done that to me so many times. Like Houston when he did this, I get pumped.
Suck you in.
Yeah,
like if you watch 10 seconds of it, there's no way to stop watching because you're so intrigued.
Yeah. Villanelle, what language did you guys take in high school, and did you retain anything? Spanish, no.
French, no. Well, no.
I had a choice between Spanish and German. I was like, when the hell am I ever going to use Spanish? So I went with German.
French, vous voulez coucher avec moi?
That's all you know.
Wow.
That's all you know.
Oui.
Yes.
I took Spanish in high school, and I failed Spanish 3 times in college.
Hey!
How about you?
Spanish, and I retained a little bit of it, especially working in restaurants and stuff.
Okay, I knew that it wasn't on, but I still wanted. He's very loud anyway, so I wanted to see if it
he
picked
said
up.
Spanish.
I know, I saw. Okay, so let's see.
His answer was Spanish if you're keeping score at
Yes.
home.
C3P Diddy put in the Schmoebot.
I love that C3P.
That's right. Not the best parent. Love the show crew. Questions for the parents in the room. My 2-year-old son refuses to use the potty before his bath. He seems too much rather to go in the tub itself.
Yes.
It's like Ellis. Any other time he goes to the potty is just fine. My advice on how to change this, I don't know.
So Mark won't get out of the airport in Europe because he seemed taken, but he doesn't mind getting out of the airport in the Middle East. I'm guessing you missed a few other movies.
That's really good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I watched 13 hours ago.
Yeah, that's pretty good. As far as the 2-year-old question, I don't know how to answer it. My 2-year-old still shits in her pants. So.
Yes, well, I got to tell you, there are 2 things they say you can't force your kids to do, and one is potty train.
Yeah.
And I've learned that firsthand with my first kid because we tried it too soon, too fast, and he then started
rebelled against it.
Well, he just started. He would hold, and it became.
Oh, is that the thing with the? That's the one where they won't let anybody change him and stuff.
No, that's a different kid.
Oh,
so
right.
that kid. So this kid, just let them. If they're going to pee in the bath, let them pee in the bath.
You got to remember
don't make a big deal.
To pee before you get, because even now, if I take I enjoy a nice hot bath, and if you forget to pee, you get in there and you're like, oh god damn it.
Yeah.
But also doesn't. Well, I hate to really.
Just don't compare yourself to other parents. That's the thing.
Someone just wrote. By the way, the SEN shirt officially sold out. The SEN show. We're going to have to add some new ones.
The SEN show.
The shirt. SEN
shirt.
shirt.
Oh, really?
Is officially sold out. Sold out today.
Sweet.
So we
Am I
need
the only
to.
one that pees in a shower?
No.
I pee in the shower
Yeah,
every day.
Yeah.
Brett
saving water.
Brett shits in the shower.
I'll put my hand up for that.
Yeah, Brett shits in the shower.
Yeah. Take a little leak in the shower. It's good for athlete's foot.
Take a dump in the shower, Brett? like a bear in the shower.
I'm just saying, I'm not going to ask my kid to do
Step
something
on it, push it down the drain.
Yeah. Well, you can just squeeze it. He's saving water.
I got water and flushed it down the drain. All right, C3P Diddy also put in a Schmoebot there. No, absent good. What up, SEN? I'm heading to Atlanta for my first live event. I was wondering, will there be a comedy show in New York? I think he meant in
damn
also,
right.
Also, RB3, I will be saving you a rolled up one. Brothers got stuck together. That's right. So the answer to that is yes. There will be a show
Friday night. Up Comedy Club.
Yes. Who's going up? Do we know yet?
No,
we don't know yet. We got to figure out who's
got to figure it out. Yeah.
Well, there you go. So Atlanta, we will be there for sure. And what we need to do, by the way, if we get there earlier, if you come in on Thursday, my buddy John that I went to school with lives out there. He took me, and I remembered last time, but I forgot now. No, not that John. My buddy John, John H. I will say because I don't know if he wants me to say his name on here. But he took me to this steak place last time when I was there for the Ant-Man junket
in Atlanta.
Set visit. Yes, in Atlanta. It was a steakhouse, dude. It was to this day, and I'm talking New York, LA. It's the best steak I ever had in my life.
Okay, yeah, we got to do that. There's
Thursday
Pizza
night.
Antica.
Okay.
That's really good there. And you know who else is in Atlanta?
Oh.
Our boy Doug.
Oh yeah, so let's go.
Doug's in Atlanta.
So yeah,
I can tell you a lot of hot spots from the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Well, there we go. Hotel Nerd. If
Bar
you're still looking for wheel slice ideas, why not do an SEN hijink slice? It would be damn sure entertaining.
Can you imagine the fervor?
I know.
If
thanks. Deal with these people.
They're like, what is this?
Yeah, I don't want.
What is this wedge? Oh wait, you got to watch SEN. Or
well, backstage, by the way, you get all the insights and backstage drama and things that have happened in the show before. I'm not going to be there this.
It's where they talk about things that are
backstage. That's right. I saw that bit. I saw the bit.
So funny.
So John Roca is hosting on Thursday.
Okay.
He's going to have Shazam on to talk about the match itself, and his co-host for that day, Shannon Barney, coming in hot. Shannon Barney coming in hot.
That'll be good.
It's her first. Is she? It's her first appearance on it. She has become a megastar already in the Schmoedown.
Yeah,
so
she's good on the social media.
She's great.
And Roca seems to be really doing a great job hosting the stuff.
He's doing it well because Bateman was supposed to be. He's out of town all the time. So Roca's been like, "I'll do it." I was like, "All right, great." They're already feuding. Suge Knight 323, Kate, you know you're my homie. Thank you for all the support. You're a great person and you've been awesome to me. Kristian, the promo is fire as hell. I got goosebumps. Yeah, I know it's really
I just
good.
want to say, everybody, if you're a praying person or a send positive vibes person, everybody send them out to Suge.
Yes,
The
please.
next couple of days.
Yes. Seth Bayless. Roxy was supposed to be the cleaver. My bad. Also, I am from Nebraska, Brett.
the cleaver.
Unadilla. Ever heard of it? Fuck no. It's a village of 194 people. You wouldn't have. But it's about 20 minutes from Nebraska City and split between Omaha and Lincoln.
I worked in Nebraska City at John Brown's cabin for John Brown's cave, and it was like a part of the Underground Railroad, and so I know Nebraska City, which is also where the Arbor Foundation.
Is that real? I got to check that out.
Yeah,
Really?
I did. I killed a water moccasin in the cave.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was.
I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
I was like, somebody goes, there is a snake in the cabin, and I don't do snakes, and I'm like, I'll do it.
How did you kill it?
I had to take this little
Would love it if SEN shirts came in sizes larger than 2X.
Yeah.
I'm currently losing a lot of weight, 90 pounds since August,
Hey,
but I
good for
don't
you.
think
Woo.
I'll ever be below a 3X.
Jim, we met.
Just my 2 cents, so your mileage or size may vary.
No,
Yeah,
you're not the only one. People have asked for sure, and we just need to. This is again another thing that we're going to be able to do more of.
Yeah.
And so to give people the breakdown of, because I'm getting every day, if not 3 or 4 times a day, when the logos for the teams are going to be available.
They're great logos.
They are, but the different thing is now we're in a much different structure now. We got to make sure that I don't think that the Finstock logo will be the same soon, and I don't think Mouthy Mercs will be the same. I don't think that because of
We're
legal
in a transition.
stuff. If you look legally at the Wall Street Bull, I don't think we can use it. So I think there's going to be things that we need to change and things that we need to look at, and once we can do that, then we'll put them all on sale. But the name itself will be fine. Haunted. I don't know what it is, but Kristian comes off more relaxed and more himself when he's around Ellis and black people. I love it. I think that's true. Thank you. It's true.
Thanks for differentiating me and black people.
But these,
Wait,
well, you're not black.
Ellis doesn't
black.
qualify as a black guy.
No, but I'll tell you, he's not wrong. It's like my 2 favorite things to do is what I can mention a million times: have breakfast with RB3. It's the most peaceful thing in the world ever.
Yeah. If I woke up early enough to do that, he'd be a high round draft pick.
And Mark's always able to say, I know where you're coming from, but listen to this, and I go, yeah, you're right. Bruce Leroy, Kristian, you said that you are treating this as a sport, and you're going with a 24-hour spoiler ban only on the Facebook group. Are you going to talk about the results from this weekend's matches next week, or are you going to go 24 after airing? I love Kate, Preston, and Tom for life. No, we've already talked about the results. You're talking about Saturday coming up. No, because that's different. That's different because you can't watch that live. Yeah, and I know it's different with the draft because you couldn't watch that one live either, but that was because we needed to get the ball rolling. Matches that are gonna, like, when they air, for example, when RB3 and Ben airs, I think it'll air next Friday.
Oh, good. So they're the first match?
I think so.
Good. I got a Mamba tribute outfit.
Okay, good. Yeah. Good.
Nice.
So that will be the first match, and that'll air next Friday. So after that airs, that'll be 24 hours before I want people in the Facebook group. Once it airs on YouTube, people watch it. You can talk about it on Twitter. That's kind of what I was talking about there. Kristian from Denmark, who put in the Schmoebot, so did Devilman and Marcelo Curvadas. A Rosen 210 wanted to thank you for the tickets. Next time you're on the East Coast, if you give me notice, I can possibly get you a tour of the ESPN campus in Bristol. That's awesome.
I've had that offer from you before. Thank you very much, and I will take you up.
I got to do it with you. I'm an attorney at Disney, but I worked at ESPN for 3 years before. If Ellis remembers, I used to bring him swag. Yeah, he did.
He brought me some really good stuff. I got a Sports Center shirt.
Nice.
Yeah. This is Gravy Boat. Where does motherfucking motherfucking ooh come from? That is me stoned out of my face, walking to my next door neighbor, my good friend DJ, and my friend Beats, and we just threw on ridiculous outfits and started singing, and we improv the most ridiculous songs, and no rhyme, no reason.
Man, does it get stuck in your head?
Motherfucking
there it is.
Motherfucking ooh.
Get out of my skull.
Motherfucking wee.
It's implanting.
Motherfucking ooh. Sir Lord Attenborough again.
Yes.
Just saw the Dune teaser poster, and it looks awesome. Did you see it? No, I haven't. Can't wait to watch you guys later tonight after work on the train. It makes the long ride home go by in a flash. Thanks for the laugh. Sending all the best from Chicago. See you in June.
Hey.
You guys want to play a really fun game real quick? I know you
Yes.
got to get through a lot, but like Dune, I'm so curious to see what Dune is going to do at the box office. And we want to play like a super early box office
when does it
weekend
come out?
prediction.
When does it come out?
December.
December?
Yeah.
December 20th.
45.
$45 million opening weekend.
Oh.
You said December 20th?
I believe so.
45 to 50. Maybe 50. I'll go 50.
Okay.
I'm going 32.
Yeah, it's not a
December
it's not
18th.
crazy.
December 18th.
Depends on the marketing.
I'm gonna go 41.
Yeah. So we're all in the general ballpark.
Yeah.
40? Yeah, we're in the general ballpark.
Yeah.
That was like $4.
Bobby
Sorry.
Harrington put in a Schmoebot. So did Danny Cheeks. Danny Cheeks.
It costs a lot of money, Brett.
Yeah. Fairs Muthana. No guilt trip here. There's not enough characters. Has anyone watched the Fast 9 teaser trailer? Yeah, we talked about it a little earlier. It's in the first part of the show. Like I said, it's my favorite franchise, and I don't know why. Is there a movie or franchise that you love and you just can't explain it? Yeah, the Fantastic Beasts. I know. I'm the only person that likes both those movies.
I remember walking out of that movie and looking at Kristian just being like, I'm never seeing another one of these films again.
And
I don't care what the job is.
And I turned into that 60-year-old like Floridian. I liked it.
Yeah. No, I'm like that. I will see any Angel, Olympus, London Has Fallen movie.
Yeah, right.
Anything they want to do with it Has Fallens, I am there front row with the pennant that says fall and shoving popcorn in my face. Bring back Nolte again.
Yeah. I can answer this next question here. Gummy Bears. I don't know if this is personal, but was Mark Ellis your best man at your wedding? No, my buddy Adam Winkleman was. So that's the first part. And then Mark.
It was the right play.
Yes. And Mark, if you ever got married, would Kristian be your best man? The answer would be no. It would be his brother Robbie.
Yeah, because Robbie, as funny as you are, as funny as anybody in this room is, Robbie is the funniest person I know, and he is he's gonna deliver an all-time speech.
Yeah, you guys are tight.
If that event in the Elseworld Justice League Dark would ever happen, but
right, yeah. Pac-Man Dwayne. Question for a table: who's a good character actor? Who's a good character actor that don't get a lot of praise for the work in the movies that they do? My choice are Keith David and David Morse.
Hal Holbrook. Hal Holbrook made me weep buckets and water for elephants, and he's in it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, Mrs. Poole from I don't really know her real name, from Ferris Bueller. Grace.
She is fantastic. She was also in Dream On.
She was in everything.
Yeah.
She was in a lot of shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anybody got some before we move on? No.
I feel like Clancy Brown is finally picking up. But
Clancy Brown. Definitely. I've interviewed him. He is awesome, dude. I sat down with him for an hour. He's my first one-on-one that I ever did at Goddard.
He came and spoke. He went to the school I went to, and he came and spoke to us. And I remember being
He's
like,
cool, man.
This guy's got the greatest voice.
He really does. Fairs Muthana, there has been a lot of support.
Balls and soy sauce. What?
There's been a lot of support for Ben, but tread carefully because first cut going to cut up.
Oh yeah,
Swaglicious, drip drip. You got this, RB3. Woo,
yeah,
RB3.
First cut, subscribe.
You didn't have to plug this time. They did it for you.
I'm sorry, your mic's not working.
Yeah. Big Mo movie review. Hey, fellas, just stopped by to ask a question. I'll watch on the replay. Kristian, would you ever do a fan expo in New York City one day? Have a nice day, everyone. Well, I mean,
Never.
I said this in the not doing it. When we do our Q&A and I spoil things for people, I said the one thing that I would love to do, and I told people, and I made sure to let them know it's not confirmed, it's something I'd like to do.
It's a pipe dream at this point, but could happen.
It's a pipe dream that could happen eventually. The potential of it happening this year is probably slim to none. Doing the spectacular in New York is something that I'd want to do, and then we probably have to do a fan expo at other places to take the fan expo to all these places. But you got to remember, the fan expo, you want to have as many competitors there as possible. That's money in plane tickets. So.
Yeah, we could talk about maybe doing something that's extra for the fans for LA for the free for all.
Free for alls are great.
You and I are talking about something after the show.
There is, and there's something even before. We're doing a special, and this might already be sold out, but there's an elite pass that we already have. Those sell out usually within the first 24 hours. But we're doing another one where you hang out in the green room before the competitors, talk to the competitors, because there's going to be over 40 plus competitors there, and that's on. You can get free for all tickets now. The Schmoedownlive.com, and go there. Those tiers are available. The regular general admission tickets are available, but you don't want to miss that one either. Because that one's crazy.
40 competitors in the. I'm going to go have to hide in the cabin with the water moccasins.
We only have a couple. We only have a couple more left. Noodles says Super Bowl predictions, Mark.
I think the Chiefs take it, man.
Wow,
I think it's Andy Reid's time. Usually, it's defense beats a great offense, but I think the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs smoke the 49ers.
Smoke. Oh, wow.
And I told Mark he had to root for the Chiefs because that's my son's team. So I told him as the king of
Been
sports.
a lot of pressure put on me by Sheridan. Yeah.
All right, Kristian from Denmark. Hey, gang. Kate, I'm sure you didn't bomb. You're really funny. I mean that sincerely. But try bombing when you, for once, want to spend enough to get the Schmoebot to read it, and then your comment just gets a shrug. That hurts. Just kidding, of course. I love you guys all. That's really good.
Are we sure that Kristian from Denmark isn't just Makuga?
It might be. Arcadio, I had a dream last night that I was watching Bob Dylan record a new song, and for some reason I wanted to blame you for that, Harlow. Yeah, sure. I'll do one for Ellis.
By the way, Makuga would never say that I'm funny. So there's
He
that.
loves you. What are you talking about?
Medium.
What are you talking about?
All right, ready? Here we go. Hey! Saying, my gal is in the Schmoebot. He's not really sure what it's got, but he is gonna be there to tell you that it's not really cool. And even when a drunk Brett is up there playing the fool, oh, I'm gonna have a great time. Oh yeah, Islam. And I have to tell you, don't worry about it, Kate, even though you might have bomb. Oh, it's nice to have you there, and I'm gonna have it with no care. And then it's time for me to go and take a nap.
You know what? Your Bob Dylan impression, what I'll say about it is this. It reminds me of the time that Dylan plugged in and went electric at Monterey Festival because people don't appreciate it till 40 years.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So when I'm 80, I'll be like, that Kristian was an okay Bob Dylan.
He did. We only have like 4 left. Pac-Man, Dwayne, Brett, you're a fucking god. If I ever win the lottery or any type of money, you're going to have a show. Well, there you go.
That. Thank you.
That's right. Call to action, put in a Schmoebot. So to Kristen Stewart and Anthony Nugent for sure. Let's get to the, let's see how many more here before. I don't think we're, let's see. Okay, Jay Boogie. What do you all think of the Oscars adding a Best Ensemble Award and Best Production Company Studio? Also, Ben Real Talk. Nicknames, they're not chosen, man. They're given. You should really own it. Own Bagel Boy, because I don't think anyone thinks less of you for it. My mom wrote me a really nice email that I read to him too. It was just like she compared it to like Moonlight Graham and when he was at the plate and had the wink.
Did
and
the wink.
She's like she's like you're a rookie. She's like, it was a really sweet email because my mom loves Ben, and she's just like, you just gotta earn it. You'll get another nickname. She's like, because you're always someone else's baby boy or something.
I've said this about your mom. The only thing she loves more than her family is baseball. And
It's
I
the
will always
truth.
talk baseball and baseball movies with your mom.
It's very true. Okay, so anyway, Best Ensemble and Best Production. Best Ensemble I can go with. Best Production Company and Studio.
No, that just sounds like we're dumping a bunch of political money into it. But Ensemble I could be on board for.
Yeah, Ensemble I could too.
It's actually strange.
What would happen if they ever got a host for that show?
Right?
Should be you. Josh Boros. Put in a Schmoebot. So Joe Godina said the robot made you lose train of thought yesterday. So I'm going to ask again: are you going to have Josh and Cody for some fantasy updates? I said maybe so.
I remember when we did that.
Have
That
them
was
pop
fun.
in there and do
Yeah.
something like maybe even for a bit. Yeah. And with the new point system, I think there should be an award at the end of the season, like the Lombardi or the commissary. There might be there might be an actual trophy itself, but there's actually a really big prize at the end that we will hopefully be able to announce in the mid-year. Jim,
a lifetime supply of soy sauce.
Yeah, that's right.
Brett will come to your house and Kristian will do his Bob Dylan impression.
Dip my balls in it.
That is right. Jim Mason put into Schmoebot. And finally, Joe in PA. I feel so bad for Shaquille O'Neal. In the last couple months, he's lost his father, his sister, and now Kobe. Also, the baseball coach involved in the crash was Aaron Judge's coach, so rest in peace. Yeah, did you watch Shaq's thing yesterday?
I did.
I've
been pretty numb for the last 3 days. Like I've been able to like go to work and then I come home and I just kind of sit and stare at the TV and it's just like it's a bummer, man. I've been to the Mamba Academy and you see how well set up that was for the future generations of basketball, and it's just like I'm crushed, man.
Yeah, it was tough.
Really
it was really hard. I mean, we found out about it before anybody else did on our plane. So like it was tough.
That was Ben. I'm sure Ben talked about it on here.
Yeah,
it was like the first person. I was like, I didn't want to break the news to Robert if he was on the plane. But like, I was like, I just want to give that guy a hug.
I just texted him because I texted him afterwards too, or before when I found out too. I wanted to see if he was all right.
That's why I'm giving him all the answers this weekend.
You should, Simon.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry,
Ben. We're right here.
All right, so
did I say that on air?
She did. Simon War also said greetings from the UK. Followed you from the Collider days. Yeah, we did that. So T. Goslin, Bagel Bro. Bagel Ben Sofa Kingdom, Bagel Ben Sofa Kingdom, Bagel Ben Sofa Kingdom. Okay. Video Drew. Hello. Do you need a new guest on SEN Live? Video Drew, by the way, who got
huge hookup.
She did a big one, and that's
Thank you.
Yeah. So she not only did she write me and tell me she's gonna be competing more, which is amazing. She has also been put together in a team by Kaiser that I can announce, and it is going to be her and Rick Hong.
Oh, Rick can play.
Rick can play.
Oh,
so it's going to be her and Rick Hong.
I could maybe still steal her though.
Not
for Tom. She and I already talked about it.
It'll be but she's gonna be is in the dungeon now, so it'll be interesting. All right, RB3.
Okay. She's also bi-coastal now.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everybody here. Thank you to RB3. Thank you to Ben, the Bagel Bandit, Kate Mulligan, Brett Sheridan, Mark Ellis, ladies and gentlemen, the great Mark Ellis, and for you guys, thank you for joining us on this super long episode of SEN Live. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We'll see you guys. Make sure you get your tickets. Either Atlanta, February 29th, biggest match we've ever going to singles match in a long time, and the free-for-all. Schmoedownlive.com. Get those tickets. And the New York event's still available and available to $5 patrons right now. Join to be a $5 patron, and you'll get the New York live stream. We'll see you tomorrow.
I am sitting in a room full of fucking idiots.